And I can tell already that this is probably going to be the funnest one that I'm ever going to put out.
I'm not sure I can go many places in Essex at the moment.
Sorry, I've never heard of how I have 4 grandkids
Really?
and a 9 on elbow in the same sentence.
Dancing in the mirror and singing in the shower.
I did find out the other day that I can do ventriloquism, but I'm not.
Sorry, what?
Let's see if you can get any higher.
Fig
look.
rolls, Gary Baldies, custard, all that lot.
Paul, what's it like being a girl dad?
I'm a girl dad. Of course I've got a Fiat 500 on the drive. I'm a girl dad. Of course I've got no money. I'm a girl dad. Of course I watch reality TV.
Right, so your legs akimbo and these
Nearly-
diversity.
Well, so were theirs.
I was going to say, is there any other risque videos that you were like, maybe we shouldn't record this? Is there any ones that you haven't done that you're like, oh?
I don't know if it really offended anybody, but when you got me on the floor, mopping the floor to that song,
Wow.
it's a sexy song.
Right, so we're back with this episode, right? And I can tell already that this is probably going to be the funnest one that I'm ever going to put out. These guys I met at an event, and we're going to talk more about it in a bit. Paul and Phoebe, hello.
Hello.
Dan.
How are you?
Hopefully we won't disappoint you with the fun episode.
Oh, honestly, I have been waiting for this episode for so long. We met at the Gordon Ramsay event, which we're going to talk about a little
Yeah.
bit later.
Yeah.
But we just hit it off, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was
straight
just a
away.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was love at first sight.
Love at first sight, and the arancini bowl that you saw.
Love
Yeah,
at
it was,
first
yeah.
bite. Yeah, that was
At least a
unreal.
bit.
You were saying about the chicken earlier. The chicken was good, wasn't
you've
it?
got the GFC, not the KFC.
Oh, you're talking
fried
about the
chicken.
other event.
Oh, what other event?
This is
are we
what
on
I
now?
mean. He's just scatterbrained.
Sorry,
And
they've mingled in.
I talk to people and he's like, I'm like, Dad, you didn't meet that person there. Like, what are you talking about?
You go then, Phoebe. You
No,
go.
we're talking about when we went and did the thing with Gordon.
Yes,
That day.
yes. The Healy's day.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Amazing afternoon.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
brilliant.
but we hit it off straight away.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
was the best part of the afternoon.
What? Don't
To
tell
be
Gordon.
fair, yeah.
It was Gordon. Sorry, Gordon.
Oh shit, I've sworn already. Sorry, Gordon. No, I'm joking.
So, guys, I wanted to just sort of ask you as well, how are you feeling? Because I listened to one of your podcast episodes.
Good
Yeah.
man.
Paul,
Yes.
you've been ill recently and you spread it around half of Essex.
Not intentionally.
You killed half of Essex.
Hopefully not. But no, I don't know what happened. I blame the snorkeling.
No.
Right.
I'm going to hold you there.
Go on.
Just a second. I'm just
Go
going to
on.
butt in. He comes home from the trip to the Maldives, which I didn't
it
get
was
on.
a special trip.
No invite,
Right.
by the way.
I didn't go on my own.
He comes back and he goes, "Oh, I'm feeling a bit like, I think I've drank too much seawater."
Yeah.
And he like had cold symptoms. So I was like, "You sure you're not ill?" And he was like, "No, I was just snorkeling too much and the water's still in my head." I was like, "Okay."
I could feel Nemo going round.
So-
I'm not a natural snorkeler, that's for sure.
I've come round.
Yeah.
We've done work. I think we even shared the same drink. And then I go
bad
back, written off for a week. And I said, "Oh, are you joking? My friends are written off because they came round like that night.
What?
Mum's written off." And I went, "Are you sure
Yeah,
that
but
was
Mum was
seawater?"
with me. I think it could have been Mum, not me.
No,
She could have
you
given
had
it to
the
me.
flu and you spread it.
Yeah, I'm blaming the plane. But no, I must admit, I did come back with something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I felt like seawater was in there for about a week. So I don't know what happened when I was under the water.
Well, I mean, there's worse things you could come back from a holiday
There is
with, but
very much-
luckily you're on your
There was
anniversary.
no crabs
so-
out there. No crabs. But yeah, no, so I do apologise for making you ill and all your friends.
Thank you.
But we're all good now.
Yeah.
All good. Phoebe's all good. So,
We recovered.
yeah, I'm not sure I can go many places in Essex at the minute.
No, well, this
There's
is
a
it.
warning.
Well, yeah, I was going to say we had to get all release forms for this place and all of that. Like, just
Quarantine.
quarantine. Yeah, we got to stay in here for 2 weeks.
Who knows about COVID? Don't go near Paul.
I know,
No,
honestly.
no. Yeah,
Do you know,
something
it
happened.
does feel good though. Like, I feel like any time that I speak to someone from Essex, I feel like I'm back home. I'm with my people again, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Oh, yeah,
and
you're
being in
Essex
Essex
man.
recording this as well. Like,
There is just a thing between Essex people, isn't there?
Yeah.
And I think even like you see it on Love Island, if an Essex person walks in, they see another Essex person.
Normally
they're like,
good vibes.
Good
Yeah.
vibes.
Fun vibes. Up for a chat.
Yeah.
And a bit of laugh. And, you know, we're not the brightest, but we just go with it.
not,
Well, I'm not.
Do you usually get
can't
this,
say
the
that.
classic stereotype of, oh, shut up? Like,
Oh,
when you
all the
meet new
time.
oh, fucking
But then
leave it.
I kind of fit it, so I'm like, can't really say anything about it because 2 seconds later I'm like, oh, shut up.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
But shut up. Don't be
And
so
you with your
stupid.
fake tan, you kind of hit the mark. there.
Oh.
That is SPF 50.
All right, yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah,
Tinted.
It's got a little bit.
Tinted.
It's got a little bit of orange in it.
Yeah.
I came round the other week, I was like, what the hell? His tan's looking better than mine.
Well, I was so unhealthy, and I was knocking everybody out of the illness. I thought I better look good.
Yeah.
At least I look good orange.
Well, exactly.
I don't look good, but I looked orange.
Well, I mean, I must admit, Paul, you are very much a silver fox. I'm a straight married man, but my goodness,
At the moment.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, Pedro Pascal's got to run for his money as internet daddy now. Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm out there.
I'm out there.
Well, no, I'm not out there actually. No, I'm
We'll
indoors.
cut that.
I'm
Save
indoors.
your marriage.
I'm indoors most of the time, putting my cream on. But yeah, no, I'll take
dear.
that as a
You
compliment.
do love them
Thank you.
comments, don't you?
I don't read them.
Oh,
Ow.
leave off.
I
My mum
might
says
scroll through a little.
every night, because he's got hearing aids that connect like Bluetooth headphones, so
Yeah,
you don't
straight
know
in,
what
really.
he's up to.
Straight in there, oh, yeah.
And every night, apparently, mum says he just scrolls in bed, looking at the comments, and
Oh,
you get the
yeah.
odd like DILF comment. He's like, oh.
I didn't even know what it was.
You've actually been upgraded. You're now a gilf.
I'm the gilf.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the gilf?
They found out he's got grandkids, and now he's
Well,
a
I know
gilf.
I know what it means. But yeah, we'll leave that one.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
leave
put that to one
Happily
side for a
married.
minute. Guys,
yeah.
so I wanted to ask you, just a little icebreaker, a little opener.
Yeah, go on.
What's some random fact about you guys, like a little surprise that my listeners may not know about you? Phoebe, we'll start with you.
Random
Like-
fact
Ladies
about
first.
me.
Ladies first.
Like a little party trick or something?
oh,
Party trick. I did find out the other day that I can do ventriloquism, but I'm not.
Sorry,
Oh,
what?
you put that out there.
I saw a TikTok of this
Where's your
girl
puppet?
that can like talk with her mouth closed. I'll show you later.
What, and you can
I
do
think
that?
I'll be put on the spot, but yeah, I can pull that out
No
of the bag.
pressure.
So hold on. If you were to imitate by putting your hand on your dad's back, would you be able to do it?
I don't know. Your voice?
Probably not. I wouldn't try and copy that.
No, we'll have to try it.
That's
do
unique.
it for a TikTok.
Yeah, I don't even like my own voice, but go on. You can do it.
Yeah, I'll show you the video later.
No, Dan wants it now.
No, I can't. I'm under pressure.
Your
That's the father's pressure.
Your lips were moving. Yeah, no, I can't match that.
No.
I mean, what people might not know, 4 grandchildren,
Right, yeah.
hence the gilf.
Yeah.
That's just a joke. A nylon elbow.
What?
Sorry?
Yeah.
A nylon elbow?
Yeah.
Well, you got stockings on it, or what's going on?
No, I think it's like solid plastic from when I was 7. Yeah,
Didn't someone push you out of a bunk bed?
Yeah, I was. My mate at the time, we was on the top bunk, and we're just fighting like boys do. Only 7.
Yeah.
And he's pushed me off. I went down to the floor, and my arm stayed in the ladder, and it was round there. Yeah.
Holy
So they
shit.
had to put. I mean, hopefully it's going to last till I'm on the planet. But yeah, it's.
Sorry,
I feel.
I've never heard of how I have 4 grandkids and a nylon elbow in the same sentence. Like, what the hell?
Well, it's a random thing. I was in the boys' brigade as well. I
Yeah.
don't know, how many do you want?
Oh, I mean, we're here all day. We might as well. Yeah. I was going to say, I love that you brought your
Yeah.
notepad.
And he's
got the
obsessed
book,
with
but-
notepads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Well-
it's not for show.
Well,
Yeah.
but you were saying before, Phoebe, like you're quite like go with the flow. Your dad's more the
So
organised
chill.
one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like for example, we do the odd job and we'll get sent like a brief, and I'm the one that obviously makes the content. Dad stays all out of it. He just turns up and
I'll
he is
read it.
him because
Yeah.
it just works the best.
Yeah.
He will read through the brief. I come round. He's got build out notepads of like,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I come round and I. Not even being rude, but I'm like,
just-
Dad, we're not using any of that. Like, didn't need to do that.
I think
Like,
it's been
you're
about
all
3
good.
years and you've used my notes once and it did come in handy. It saved the day.
It was once.
For the amount of writing I've done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've
He
got
just
more
loves
relaxed
to
now.
be organised. Everything's
to-
written down.
But I'm getting more like Phoebe now. I'm getting more or less roll with it.
Yeah.
Just roll with it.
Yeah.
It's the best way
As
to
you
be.
should.
Stop
Yeah.
overthinking
Yeah.
everything. But anyway, yeah. So I brought it anyway.
I brought it here anyway. Right, team, I wanted to ask you, life before social media. We're obviously
Wow.
going to be talking about your social media heavily in a
Yeah.
bit. But life before social media. Paul, what were you up to before the life of socials?
Right, I'll try not to waffle. Tell me if I'm waffling.
Oh, don't. My CV's as thick as a yellow pages, honestly.
Building.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so in a nutshell.
Try not to waffle. What?
I'm not going to waffle.
Building. Next question.
You told me to not
Next.
talk too much. No, basically, school, didn't concentrate so much, trying to make people laugh in the class, didn't go down too well. Got a job as a bookkeeper in a builder's office.
All right, yeah.
Then went building college. They put me through college, was great. Worked for the firm for a long time in the office and then on the site. And then we had me and my business partner had our own building business for around about 20 years.
Bloody hell.
And we got into toilets, believe it or not.
Nice.
Yeah, refitting toilet.
Yeah.
Interesting stories there for another day.
If you ever go to Blue Water,
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the blue water
Have
toilet
a pee
man.
in one of our pans. Yeah. But we had to reuse the pans and clean them, which was not
Okay.
the best part of the job.
I don't know
but
why. I'm just envisioning like calling the midwife bedpans, just like emptying them out down the toilet, like.
Scrubbing them.
Yeah.
You won't believe what goes on in the female toilets, but that's not. That's for another. But yeah, no. So we sort of specialise in that. But yeah, all types of building, and obviously that was nearly 40 years.
Wow.
And can make a decent cup of tea.
Yeah.
And still make a builder's brew.
Builders, bro.
Yeah.
Interesting question then. What's your tea bag of choice?
My tea bag, probably I would go Yorkshire Gold.
It has
To be fair. I would
Yeah.
go with the Yorkshire Gold. But I do like the M&S biscuit brew.
We've got that, haven't we, producer
Yeah.
Nick? Yeah, we've got that.
He loves
Do you always
biscuit
like
brew.
do you like a little snack with your tea? It's a habit for me, like a little bicky or something.
Yeah. We could have had a 7-course meal, and there always has to be a
Has to
little
be.
little sweet treat.
to.
Little
But what
bicky.
makes me laugh is you bought the biscuit brew to cut down on the biscuits, but now he just
Now
has
I
it
just
with
add
biscuits.
more biscuits.
Yeah. It's like you've had
great.
two. You've cheated yourself,
Yeah.
then,
Back to
haven't you?
fig
Like-
rolls, Garibaldi's, custard, all that lot. But yeah, so builder's brew. Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't knock it. But
Yeah.
I'm sort of 40 years was probably
was probably enough.
and this is totally different.
Yeah.
In a good way.
And Phoebe, what about you? What were you doing before the Life of Socials?
I was working in London.
Ventriloquist.
Yeah, ventriloquist.
Ventriloquist professional.
shit
Britain's
one.
got talent this year.
Sorry.
Working at New Look's head office, doing their kind of like social bits. It was actually quite techie.
Yeah?
When I applied for the job, I was like, oh, it was like not what I thought, but I ended up loving it.
Yeah.
And I still I loved the job.
Yeah, you
it's just
applied
like the
yourself well to
freedom with this, with annual leave and stuff. It just didn't work. So
I wonder if you know a friend of mine that it was really high up in New Look.
What were they called?
She's from Harlow.
Well,
I'll tell you off
after.
camera.
Yeah, we'll have
I'll
to
tell you
see.
off
Yeah, I
camera. I
might
don't want to
do.
out her or make myself
She's
look
probably
like a
been
prick
out
if
with a
it's
few
not her.
Hugo Spritz
Yeah,
with her
probably.
currently
Yeah,
in
yeah,
London.
yeah.
I love
Yeah.
the London life, but by that I mean like the after London,
social.
after work social.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not the
so
cost
much
of the rent
commute
and
the
the-
cost.
yeah.
yeah.
And the train journey.
Yeah.
all that. But you did well, didn't you?
Yeah. So what, in terms of like, you started doing socials with that. What got you into like just being sort of within New Look side of things? Like, why did you want to get into like the fashion side of things?
I just love that industry. My sister works at ASOS.
Oh, wow.
I think we've always been quite like, bless Daddy, didn't really pass us down much brains, so kind of went like, we went the creative route.
I'll take it.
So we both went down like creative vibes and
Clothes.
Yeah.
we love fashion, and I think just kind of fell into the job really. Ended
Yeah.
up loving it. Was there for a few years, and like I just love the vibe within that workplace because it's so like carefree.
relaxed, isn't it?
Everyone's like chill, open, young. Like I just think me and like a corporate just
I
doesn't
went to
really.
went to New Look.
You
once,
actually
didn't
came
you?
in the office,
Came
yeah?
in there was like all little boot. It's fantastic.
It's cool.
Really
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
vibe in
I
there.
like the
you know?
quirky
Yeah.
vibes.
Not like our builder's office. Like,
No.
dust on the floor and all
Yeah,
the rest
yeah.
of
Yeah.
A sort of school chair in the middle. Like,
it. You know,
that's the
didn't
size
you?
I used to be on.
Yeah, you know,
Is it?
not the best.
Yeah, I used to. So I trained in Harlow College as a plumber.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was
Good
all
trade.
Yeah, I
Good
went
trade.
all the way up to gas safe registered.
Yeah.
As soon as I got qualified, I reached out to British Gas and loads of other firms. They then turned around and went, yeah, the recession's hit, so we can't take anyone.
Stop.
So I then went and worked in, where was it, River Island and then HSBC for a bit.
Oh,
Wow.
perfect.
Yeah.
To be
Bit
honest,
shit, to be honest with you.
yeah, but you've done
Yeah, but
well.
do you
You've
have
done
skills
well.
now?
I've got skills, yeah.
There
I
you
can
go.
talk to
Comes in
people now.
handy.
You
Yeah.
talk to people. That's a
Yeah.
good skill.
Well, this is it.
Not
But
some
I
people
think
can't.
actually the thing that helped me most was probably more years than I want to count working in pubs and hospitality. That was...
Yeah.
I did do a bit of waiting and stuff like that badly. But I think if you can get a trade now, on a serious little bit there, for the youngsters, a trade would be a good thing.
Yeah.
With all the AI.
He
and
loves a
all that.
tradie.
You
He's
get
such a
trade.
builder for it, yeah.
Plumbing, electric. You can earn good dough.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there we are.
There we are.
I'm out.
I'm done.
Sounded
About
like
cope
a
with
dragon.
the DIY at home.
Then.
Paul, what was it like with Phoebe growing up? You know, obviously being her dad, what was Phoebe like growing
She's the
up?
youngest. She's the baby.
I'm
Okay,
interested
yeah.
to hear what you're
Baby.
going to say, actually.
But I have to say, wonderful.
Mm.
Very cheeky in a nice way. She's the cheeky one.
Yeah.
So I think the sort of
Dynamic.
banter,
Yeah.
dynamic, how that's
I
worked.
think by the fourth
Good-
child,
all good. I've been lucky, all good kids, but
Yeah.
you were great. You were a bit of fun, bit cheeky. We got the old videos on the old camcorder thing. we
Oh,
had.
yeah, yeah.
And we look back and see, and like Izzy, middle daughter, she was like a little bit quiet, and all her hair was perfect, and all that. Phoebe, rough and ready.
Feral,
I look
running
like
around.
I've come
Yeah.
from a different planet.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
she's
coming,
like-
the hair is everywhere. Like, it looks like you haven't dressed me.
A little
I'm
bit
just
butchy as a
like-
baby.
Yeah.
She'd go and collect the bucket of sand on the beach for Izzy, wouldn't
Yeah.
she? She wouldn't. She was all delicate. You'd just get stuck in.
Yeah.
And played football.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just
which-
love my football.
You moan at me that I didn't go enough.
Never saw you there.
I did go there.
Mum, though, she loved the vibe.
Yeah.
All them young
She liked
coaches.
all the young coaches.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
It was more like I wasn't allowed to go.
Right. Okay.
Stay
No,
away,
don't worry,
don't worry.
babe. You stay in bed.
got it covered.
You're all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was on site, to be fair.
Yeah,
I was on the
yeah,
site.
yeah.
But yeah, no, you was a good kid, all good kids, but yeah, you were great.
I
A
think
little bit of
I
cheekiness
was
about
actually
you.
lucky. My siblings always wind me up how like I got the most relaxed version of like mum and dad.
My mum and
Yeah,
dad. Say,
yeah,
sorry, my sisters say that as
yeah,
well.
because by the time it gets to you, they're like, don't even care. Like,
Yeah,
where is she? Go
and the
out.
sec-
It's fine.
yeah,
Izzy always used to be like, didn't let me do that at her age.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
Leave me alone. Like.
She's on all of the videos, though, isn't she? She loves the camera.
Oh,
whereas
that's
you were-
one thing that I actually have beef with you about.
Oh,
is
here we go.
You go
Is this
into
what
the
this is meant
loft.
to be?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're in for all the tea. Get a kettle on.
You said I'm allowed to swear. I'll make the tea. I'm going to do it.
So I got the relaxed parents, but I also got the no photos. I'm barely in any
Yeah,
of the
they-
videos. By the fourth kid, Izzy's got about 5 albums of
Yeah.
just Izzy. It gets to me, there's one
There's not
picture.
many of Phoebe.
Yeah.
To be fair. I think the worst, I will mention this, it's not good on me. I think one of the worst filming, because Beth used to do the filming because she was older.
Right.
And I was pricing a job on my lap, doing because obviously when you've got your own business, there's no set 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing it, and I'm sitting there pricing. I didn't know Beth was filming, and I'm engrossed in this. And you've crawled in. You weren't. You was only 18.
Yeah, no, shut up.
No, she crawled in. She was little, and she's obviously looking for some help from her father.
Mm.
And I'm on
Crying.
film. I've looked at her, and I've thought, I'll just finish this bit of pricing.
It is the most
And she
iconic
ended up
video.
leaving, and I felt that's not good parenting.
It's
that.
so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Everyone rinses him for it. You just
I got
completely
rinsed for
ignored
that
me.
one. I've deleted the film.
Well, that leads on to my next
Oh, no,
question.
go on.
Phoebe, what was Paul like as a dad growing up?
I'm never there, never
Yeah.
saw him, left me crying.
Always on site or on the golf course. No, go on. I'll be interested.
No, he was very chill, very fun, very relaxed, loves golf.
Yeah.
No, when you was little, golf was
No,
nothing.
you was
No,
present,
when
yeah. Good holidays.
Yeah,
Always remember
yeah,
good
we were lucky
holidays.
with that. But probably with hindsight, not that you should regret, but probably would have spent less time chasing work, more time at home. But that's just one of those things.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
you- I
everyone.
mean, you got
You
to pay
learn
the
as
bills.
you
You
get
got
older.
to
Getting the
know.
balance.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get the balance
Yeah.
right all of the time, but I'm
Didn't
glad
get them
I-
holidays without you scrubbing them toilets.
Exactly. Yeah,
Made
yeah.
it work.
Where there's muck, there's brass. That's what yeah, and there was a lot of muck.
There's a lot, Matt.
Well, I'm pleased with that answer.
No, he was very chill. He was like, if I ever had prees, if there was ever a house party, it was always at my house.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I had like the party house.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's good
Anyone,
because it's
yeah.
like in a
Still do.
safe, controlled environment
Oh,
at
it's
that
so
point
good.
as well. Like,
Yeah, until
your
dad starts
gets
handing out the
so-
buzz balls.
How
and
old was
like-
you when I made you your first Hugo Spritz? You know? No, we was all right. We were fairly decent.
Do you know what I love as well? Obviously, meeting you a couple of times and seeing you online as well. You've got
Yeah.
such a wonderful relationship. You
Oh,
really do.
thank
You're
you.
so
Appreciate
close.
it.
Yeah.
Like, Paul, what's it like being a girl dad? Because I know that my brother-in-law has two
Right.
girls as well.
Okay.
My other sister, she's got a boy and a girl.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
she's got
just-
a combination there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm talking about like you did that video a little while ago where it's saying, "I'm a girl dad." Of course, there's a Fiat 500
Yeah,
on the
it's
bed.
so
Of
good.
course
Yeah.
I've got no money.
Yeah,
Of course
yeah,
I've
yeah,
got
yeah. So what is it like being a girl dad?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
To be honest, and I mean there are a few ground rules I've learnt which might help.
Oh, go on.
Here we go.
Yeah. I think patience,
Yeah.
and I'm still learning. But yeah, patience with girl. I mean, I know having a son, different sort of issues, but not many.
Yeah.
They just get on with stuff. Girls mix things up a little bit. They think a bit different. And sometimes I used to listen to arguments between the girls about she's wearing my leggings, I'm wearing her leggings, where's my top and all the rest of it. And I'd just let it all go. And then in the end, it's carrying on. You feel like you've got to get involved and sort it out. I get myself worked up. And then they're all friends and the leggings are all found. And you're like, what's going on? So it gets confusing with
Yeah,
girls,
yeah,
so-
yeah, yeah.
So I would say to the boys, just back off, learn to be patient, let it roll, and just you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, being a girl dad is I'm
And
lucky.
just say yes.
And yeah,
And just
yes,
say yes, yeah.
yes, and if you get your wallet out if you have to.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, to be honest, it's great fun, and
He
anyone
loves
who's got
it.
girls,
You love your little matcha princess life.
it can get confusing.
Yeah.
Which is what-
Hold on. Match your princess life.
He loves it. He loves being in the Fiat. He loves a little matcha here there.
Yeah, well,
I've not got on
I'm
the
not
matcha
sure
hype
about
yet.
the leopard
You're not
skin
on it.
steering wheel she's got now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
Not such a good look, but no,
But you always,
it is
he's
fun.
always up with the current fashion. Because we're like, Dad, you can't wear that. Can't do this.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you what, with the girls, and when you have your prees and all the rest of it, listening to them all
Oh, he loves it.
Chatting, yeah.
can be loud.
He's
Yeah.
like, what? Sophie said what?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like,
what's this gossip? What's going
So
on?
good.
But yeah, no, I'm lucky to have all my kids and obviously having the girls as well.
Yeah.
But I did start to play 9-hole golf on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Because obviously they don't get up till about 12 or 1 o'clock when they get older.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I could nip off, do that, bit of time with the boys,
Yeah.
back home, and they're just getting up. So if that helps.
Brilliant.
Does that help?
There we go. Life lessons by Paul.
Is that good parenting? But yeah, no, it's all good.
Phoebe, what's one of your favourite memories, would you say, growing up with your dad?
Oh.
Or one of the more embarrassing ones, if you want to...
Oh, there's a few of them.
There's been so many embarrassing ones.
Mainly down to you, those.
Do you think?
Well, setting me up.
Yeah, maybe.
This morning we've been Pilates and I had to wear a pink headband and pink socks.
But this is the revenge, though, mate.
Yeah, you live for it. Yeah, I'm coming back.
This is it. When am I going to get mine? No, I don't know. What you got?
I don't know.
Most embarrassing.
I think just in general, like the days out and stuff were always fun, always a vibe,
Yeah,
always doing different things.
I'd end up doing something silly.
Like even young,
By
he'd
mistake.
dress up and do stuff with me and my sisters. Like
Yeah, we used to muck about. No, let's rephrase the dressing up. Come on, let's just get that. Not dressing up in girly stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
just a really carefree household. Yeah.
Mucking about, have fun.
So nice.
Whereas,
And I would say key of my childhood was the parties, the prees. Everyone loved him. Everyone loved my mum.
to be fair, my mum,
Just a vibe.
bless her, she was very much up for fun.
Yeah.
Didn't really mind what she looked like as long as
Oh,
she could
yeah.
have fun. And she'd come round and have fun with us and just
Yeah.
muck it about. Mum would look at me and go, "What are you doing?" So it don't matter, the girls are happy. Yeah, so.
Now, Paul, I have to ask you a very serious question.
Oh,
here.
wow. Glasses off for that one. Go on.
I understand that you're a West Ham fan.
Yes. I haven't brought me West Ham notebook because it's not good reading at the minute.
Is there a real possibility that West Ham get relegated and Millwall get promoted?
Oh,
There is, which is difficult
Ouch.
to comprehend because I think Millwall are fourth. I think
Yeah, they're
Obviously-
they're all in the playoffs.
we know where West Ham are at the minute. I think we're 1 point below Spurs. I mean, to be fair,
the other night.
as much as I love West Ham, what the cup game?
I can't even.
Oh, that was 3 hours of. Well, it was a game we shouldn't have even stayed in, and then we could have won it. But anyway,
Yeah.
we don't need to be in the cup at the minute. I think we've got to concentrate on big game tonight.
Yeah.
Massive game tonight against Wolves. Win that, and then we could get ourselves out of that little bottom three, and I think then we'll stay up.
Yeah.
If we lose tonight, touch wood we don't, that could be almost determining.
Cut
happens.
to
But
tomorrow's
obviously-
TikTok of Dad crying.
Yeah,
honestly,
I've got box
yeah.
of tissues next to the sofa there. But I think you've got to be realistic. There is a big possibility that we could go down and Millwall could go up. Can you imagine? Millwall in the Premiership.
Yeah.
Amazing. But if we stay up and Millwall go up,
Then there's going to be carnage and Armageddon.
be watching that one on the telly.
Yeah, I've
But
seen
yeah.
Green Street as well.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, with football, you just never know. But I think, a real West Ham fan that goes home and away, which I don't,
Yeah.
would still have to be realistic and say, big possibility.
Yeah.
but we're hoping it could be Tottenham.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
Sorry, all the Tottenham fans.
No,
It
no,
could be.
yeah, so-
And I'm
sorry,
sure
guys,
they're
but-
saying
go
the
on.
same. Yeah, so the next few weeks, really, it's going to pan out. Tonight is big.
Fingers crossed for you,
Fingers
mate.
crossed. Thank you.
Right, I want to jump into your social media bits now because
Amazing.
they are fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
Phoebe's department.
Honestly. Now, I must admit, I have been pronouncing it completely wrong by the way that it's
Oh, it's
spelled.
fine.
Because I've been pronouncing it Puwtok.
Yeah,
We get it all the time.
Do you?
I've caused that confusion, as
like
usual.
poo, we've had it all.
Puwtok.
We've had
Puwtok.
poo.
Some of it probably is. Well, I've looked at it. Why have I done that?
So
Yeah.
it's Puwtok.
It basically originated from the very, very start. Someone just asked me in the comments,
Some girls come on the comments.
your dad's name?
Yeah.
so I video replied,
I'm in
and
the
I just
garden.
went, Dad, say your name. And he went, Paul.
Paul.
And everyone
They
was
went,
commenting,
oh, they just went,
PUW, question mark, question mark.
Paul PUW, and it's like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then
That's- so
every
that's
video,
that.
they started commenting, oh, we love you, Paul, but spelled PUW.
PUW,
And it
yeah.
kind of just stuck. And now it's a thing.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure if it was a good idea or not, and I just went, oh no, let's call it Puwtok, not
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah, yeah,
Puwtok.
yeah.
But if I try and call you or put your name as Paul on anything, now they're like, that's not how you spell it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, sorry. It's Paul.
It's Paul.
Yeah.
We went somewhere, I can't remember where we were, and someone really sort of very well spoken. It was, are you Puwtok?
Yeah, and I was like,
Puwtok.
yes,
I went,
that's us.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought, well, at least they're talking about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how you say it.
Yeah.
We've had Puwtok, Puwtok. But that's the explanation. I feel a little bit guilty for that. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing.
No,
But
it's a vibe now, it's
that's it
stuck.
now. We
Well,
can't-
yeah, it's stuck now
It's
because,
a
I
thing.
mean,
It's even on there.
I was going to say, it's on the notepad.
This is me poo pad.
The poo pad.
My poo diary.
I mean, we've got to keep an eye on that with the bolts around the corner. But let's talk. Right, let's talk figures because these are mind blowing. Right, so Instagram, 147,000 followers and more views than I can genuinely count. Right, TikTok at current day of filming. 883.4 thousand followers with 151.1 million likes.
It's actually a bit insane. I never really sit down and deep it until you're saying it now.
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus,
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I like numbers, but from what I used to do at work, but these numbers are just.
Well, I was going to ask, how do these figures even compute?
It
doesn't really.
It suddenly just grew. We was on like a decent amount, 100k I think we had. We were both still working full time. It was very much just a hobby.
Yeah.
And then
I was cleaning them toilets.
This trend came up that I don't want to say I started it, but like
She's a trendsetter. Go on.
It's the first trend that I kind of got on the sound and used it for this particular thing. And
bearing in mind, didn't even know what obviously a trend was.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember it, but it was like pass, smash.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just using it to do typical dad things, right? And every single one banged. And
Really?
honestly, I think they've all at least got a 20 mil.
The one they like most is when you're shaking your.
I beg your
Shaking
pardon.
your
Sorry.
I don't remember filming that one.
No, when you dads, I don't know what it is, even if it was sweets, but generally if you got your nibbles,
Yeah.
you mix
Give it a
Nipples,
shake.
yeah.
nipples,
Nipples, yeah.
When you're shaking your nipples, whatever it comes with age.
That's your next video.
I'm gonna cut down on the oat milk. I think, or soy milk with the moobs. But yeah, no, for some reason, and my dad does it. That's probably where it's come from.
Yeah.
You're watching West Ham or something like
Yeah.
that. Well, you have to be careful. You'll be choking on your nuts. But you put them in your hand and then you shake them. You shake them before you eat them.
I think just the relatable stuff, it just banged. Anyway,
Yeah.
grew loads of a big following from that. And then since then, it's kind of just spiraled.
Yeah.
And is that where it all started for you, the social media bit? Like, where did you get to the point that you were like, I'm giving up my full-time job to then go into social media?
Well, we were hearing things from people like, guys, your views are crazy and like your engagement is mad. Like, are you actually using this to make money? And we was like, no,
Not
because
really, no.
even TikTok back then, it wasn't really a like it paid you, but nothing crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know
it was
if we
having
was
fun,
doing it
weren't
right
we?
or anything, but
Yeah.
weren't make anything from it. And then we put an email in our bio because my sister's partner, he works in like social media, and he was like, at least put an email.
Yeah.
We started getting brands like McDonald's message us. And
Wow.
I was like, this is weird. Anyway,
We didn't know what to do.
in hindsight, we were so silly
I had a
and
Big
like
Mac.
they were great, but we didn't know how to price ourselves anything. So
Yeah.
we was like, okay, not sure if this is a thing, but we'll just do it. And then got an email from Komodo, which is an agency.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
agency we went to. They were great.
And it was Emily, and she messaged us and asked us if we'd like to have her as a manager.
Have a little meeting.
Yeah.
We ignored it because we thought it was like spam.
Spam, yeah,
I
yeah,
said,
yeah.
Emailed again,
Yeah.
had a call with her, and then we've been with her ever since.
Brilliant.
And she just rocketed it.
We just
like-
went with an open mind.
Yeah.
For me, probably the most confusing year of my life.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I've
Really?
been in building, and you have to know you have to structure building way in advance.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
in this industry, it's like,
And I don't
well-
think people realise how unserious and like genuinely confused. We genuinely was just making funny TikToks, maybe 3 times a
Well,
week
yeah.
max, just
Yeah.
when we
Debatable.
thought it was fun. And suddenly we're getting
Lisa nearly
emails.
left me
It's
twice.
crazy. Yeah. She what?
she nearly left me twice, or told me to leave.
That see-through maxi is what did it.
yeah. Yeah, it was a bit tight, that one.
But yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
and then she
no.
obviously took in all the influx of stuff and gone from there. It's
Yeah.
wild.
And Emily's been nothing but lovely as well.
Oh,
She seems
amazing.
really
brilliant.
lovely.
She's been
She's
with us
great.
from the beginning,
Yeah.
isn't she? And then
Yeah.
she's obviously we moved across when she moved across.
Yeah.
And
Even we're like best mates now, like go to her wedding, do nights out.
Oh,
like, It's
really?
like
Yeah.
now just a
yeah,
bond of
went to
just
her
like
wedding and everything.
yeah.
But
Oh,
it's
brilliant.
an amazing thing. It's difficult for me. I don't think I'll ever. I don't need to really, but I've tried to understand as I've gone along. So I'm just interested, and I've learned a few bits. But yeah, it's a totally different industry and thing.
I don't think
to
people
what I
realise
was
how much Dad is not involved. Like he genuinely won't even know what I'm filming on the day. It's just because I hate him pre-planning. I just want his natural.
Well, that's what I was about to ask. I was going to
Reaction.
say, like when you're doing the videos, like how much do you let your dad know? Like obviously, because it sounds like a lot of it comes from you.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Like I was going to say, and then you just
Last
turn up
minute.
and do it.
Last
He's not
minute.
even on like people, some people be like, oh, he's probably seen that trend before. Genuinely, his TikTok is like cars
I don't
and
watch nothing.
racing, football. Like it's nothing to do with it. And
I
I will
used to-
never tell you a trend before.
No.
Unless we're filming an ad and I need to give him a bit of like a heads up of like, oh, could you maybe mention the name of the shark hoover or whatever?
Yeah.
But everything that we do in the week, I just come around and I'm like,
Yeah, I think we've
Boom.
learned. Well, you've learned because obviously you're steering the ship, and I rely on the girls. They know
Yeah.
what they're doing. I'll just say, right, where are we today? You might tell me, you might not.
sometimes
Doesn't
he
matter.
doesn't even know where he's going.
Yeah, it's what?
Sometimes you don't even know where you're going.
I don't.
And then we'll
But
go
it's
to the
always,
event.
It always turns out to be a good day.
Yeah.
But like, I think when I've looked at something beforehand, and I think, right, I've got to lip sync that or practice that move or do whatever, it doesn't work.
It almost makes it worse.
I
And
go-
I'm like,
I
so
just
I
go
just
into it.
learned, yeah.
I go into
Spiral
my head.
out.
Yeah, I do the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've found a way of managing me.
Yeah.
And do you know what? All good.
He doesn't have to think about anything. He's living life.
I'm living
lovely
life.
life.
We've been on trips and met so many lovely people.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of people, and I wanted to touch on this because what do your friends and family think about it? Because I remember when I first started getting into podcasting, then presenting.
Yeah. How did you get on with that?
Everyone looked at me like, because obviously I came from Harlow, small town
Yeah.
vibes, small town energy, and it was very much get your corporate 9 to 5, then settle down with a load of kids.
Yeah.
So for me, when I then
Stereotypical that sort of
yeah. And then when I branched out and I started going into something a bit more creative, everyone was like, oh, come on, mate, it's not going to fucking last. It's not going to do whatever.
Yeah,
And
what
then
you doing?
the same people then turn around when I got Radio 1 and I've got other jobs that's
Yeah.
come out and they're like,
Amazing.
mate, congratulations. Do you fancy going for a drink?
The switch
Yeah,
over is
yeah,
crazy,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you want to be my friend now?
Yeah. So like how did it feel for you guys when you first started and obviously when you're going through the motions? Do you get comments from friends and family about things like this? Or
I think you're
I think we've got completely different ends
completely
of the
different because of the
spectrum.
age
yeah.
gap. Is
I think my friends are very online, and even when I put up the video of Dad, and with no intention of this happening, of course, all of my friends are on TikTok and doing trends.
I'm
and,
sure
like,
they get involved in
stitching you up.
try
Yeah,
this,
of course they do.
try
There's
this
a
out.
separate group chat,
Try this
Paul.
out on your old man. Yeah, try this out on your old man. What's the worst that could happen?
But my girls were like, "Damn, this could go somewhere," and they just find it amazing.
Yeah, they'd understand.
They kind of get it.
They'd understand
'cause
online and TikTok and all this
They
stuff.
follow. I hate the word, but they follow influencers and stuff, so they know how it goes. Whereas your friends, were just
Oh
like,
wow!
what the
To be
fuck are you
honest,
doing?
to answer, a bit not the same as your
Yeah.
experience, but similarities, as in obviously long-standing friends, mates, and it's all very
Also, old school blokes.
male
Like,
chat
you're in your
down the pub.
nearly 60s. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
all, not always PC, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so you've done the first video that just went crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it had
by
gone.
the way, can we touch on that? He told me to take it down because he didn't want the
Really?
people at the golf club to see it because it was
Well, does Dan know what it was?
it was the first thing that went viral. Which, by the way, I just posted because my friends would find it hilarious.
Yeah.
Didn't think anything of it.
Dan will sympathise with
And
me,
it
I'm
was a
sure.
trend where TikTok puts a speech bubble above your head.
Yeah.
But you actually input what it is.
Right.
You tell the other person.
You don't
oh my
show
God.
the other person.
You're like, it can read your
As in
mind.
me.
So
This thing reads your mind, apparently.
I did it on myself and I was like, ice cream. Dad, I was thinking of ice cream. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, turned it round on him and put cock in his speech bubble.
massive black letters cock.
And he
And
literally
I
was
can't
like,
see this, and she's wetting. You were pissing
I
yourself.
put it on his face. I was like, Dad, what are you thinking about that for? He went, get that off. No, I'm not. Don't be so stupid.
They'll see
Anyway,
that at the golf club.
posted it, got like 1 million views overnight. And I was like, whoa, thought I'd have my viral moment and that was it.
Yeah.
They went crazy.
And I rang him. I went, Dad, you've got 1 million views on that video. He went, what video? I went,
Yeah, I didn't even know she'd put
the
it up
one
there.
about the cock. He went, that's online. I
And
went,
when,
yeah.
when I was bumping into people, I was like, I was not thinking about that at that time.
Yeah.
His
No,
mate rang
but-
him and was like, mate, you've
Mate,
gone
you need-
viral.
yeah.
Luckily, I didn't take it down because you wouldn't be going off.
Well,
doing
to
all
be
this, would
honest,
ya?
but I must admit, the first 6-9 months, the lads did back off a bit.
Yeah.
As in, I think they thought and seriously,
thought
I
he'd
could
lost the
understand
plot.
it.
Yeah.
If it was the other way round and I was looking at one of them doing it with their daughter or
Yeah,
son,
yeah.
whatever, I'd think, is he all right?
Yeah.
Also, the content we make is quite random. So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's not even like it's all the same thing. Say he was doing golf videos.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very much like he could be in a dress. He could be, I keep coming back to the dress, but do you know what I mean? Like, as old
It's
men, they're
hard to
just
get
like,
your swing
what?
going in something. Yeah.
Gust of wind and you're fucked, mate.
I'm all right putting.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, the skirt goes up. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, they backed off. The main key friends stayed close.
Yeah.
But even Lise, she was like, are you all right with this
Yeah.
sort of thing? I said, well, I actually don't know.
Well, I've had family members say to me, you know, you like friends and family, let's say, look, but they're like, oh, I don't think it's going to work for you. It kind of grosses me out a little bit. It gives me the ick.
Yeah,
does
yeah,
this, that, and
yeah.
the other. And I'm like, but I'm trying something different, you
Yeah.
know, like.
Fair
And when it
play,
works,
stick
it
with that
works,
you
and
stuck
then-
with
Yeah.
Because you do start to question, and I had loads of other stuff going on, which was more of a serious type thing, work type thing. But in a way, what Phoebe started unintentionally, and we did, it must have subconsciously took my mind off the seriousness of it.
Oh, yeah.
We managed
Yeah.
to deal with it all fine in the end. But like, so I thought, no, I'm going to keep doing this because I was questioning it myself.
Yeah.
I thought, I haven't heard from the lads for a bit. A little call for the beer and the curry wasn't coming. They're down there talking about me. That bloke, he's lost it. He's
Yeah.
actually lost it. So
Lost
there was
his
a bit of
marbles.
distance, and then give it a year. I think when we first got success with the agency and started doing some trips and bits,
Yeah.
all of a sudden there was a few more calls.
But I also do
you know.
think,
And I understand
not
it all.
giving them like grace, but I think this generation are kind of moving over to even Instagram reels and seeing the trends. I think
Yeah.
everyone's just genuinely got on the back of it, and now they kind of understand it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And
My
now they
dad
love
loves
it.
a Facebook
It's just
reel
the thing.
now.
Yeah, they love the reels.
I
They
think
love
it's,
it.
I mean, I think Gareth Southgate has put himself on TikTok, and he said, I never would ever put
Who's that?
England man. Yeah, England manager.
Oh, come on,
manager.
Southgate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He got us to semi-finals.
He did,
I do
yeah.
remember the name. Rings
Yeah,
a bell.
no. So I think I'm gradually seeing that some of
People
the
are
older
learning.
generation, obviously I'm older than that, but they are actually embracing a bit
Yeah.
this now. Whereas for the first couple of years, it was a bit odd for me.
Really?
But your real friends stay your real friends, don't
Yeah,
they?
exactly.
And now they think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love it.
Well, I mean, you guys starting it up is, again, as I said earlier, a genuine pleasure to watch. But Phoebe, where did your creativity come from for making these videos?
Good question.
Do you know what? I always used to, I don't know if you remember, Video Star.
Yes.
But I used to love going around my friends, would make video stars, would do all the editing, would do all of that. And then I joined TikTok and I almost thought I was too old for TikTok, but everyone in COVID was on it.
Yeah.
Got hooked, obviously. on
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
the
COVID
stuff.
was a big thing. wasn't
I
it?
just
Yeah.
love the funness of it. Like everyone on there was so unserious. Like Instagram is so draining sometimes.
Yeah.
And I just loved all the trends. And then when I made that video of Dad, I had no like expectation of where it was going to go.
I didn't
But
know you'd posted that.
I
did
just loved seeing the trends and thinking, how can I feed that into Dad? And they just all seem to just work.
I mean, I suppose
Yeah.
what helped maybe having more of my mum's traits, I suppose, is up for a giggle.
Yeah.
He's also
yeah.
Love a
very,
chat.
very naive.
Very
Yeah.
gullible.
Yeah,
You know, if you tell me
gullible.
something, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Well, I'm not that gullible.
There you are.
But I think other people my age and maybe not quite as old are actually embracing it a bit.
Yeah.
And if it's a bit of fun and it's it's not really offending anybody.
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know. But you say some of it, I didn't know what an ick was until a year ago. But
Yeah.
you think, oh, that's a bit icky. But I think generally speaking, if it's fun and
If it's
they're,
fun,
they're enjoying
Yeah.
it, it's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's always somewhere on the corner of the internet that someone's going to enjoy it.
Oh,
like,
100%.
like even if, for example, like you've got loads and loads of people that are saying that I absolutely love this, and you've got the small corner that says they don't. For the small corner that says they don't, there's so many people that don't.
Exactly
You know?
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's good vibes.
Yeah.
100%. But
And
I
it-
wouldn't say I set out with creative. It was just kind of went with the flow.
Natural talent.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
obviously come from her parents.
Oh,
Well, this is it. Yeah, yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to work out what I'm good at. But anyway, doesn't matter. Writing things down. I think.
Exactly, yeah, the notepads.
I should
So-
write a book.
So in terms of like the content that you plan out and what you do with it, how do you plan that out? Like, is that more your field, Phoebe? Like where you're
Yeah.
going
Oh,
into it?
100%.
Yeah.
Dad doesn't have a scoop. No week's the same for us.
Yeah.
Nothing, no days the same.
Because
which is
I've
great.
met
Yeah.
a lot of lovely creators and they're very, if they're like fashion, they're very planned out. They've done like, okay, I've got a ASOS haul on Monday to film. I've got this. They're all very structured.
more of a serious fashion type.
I don't think anyone
route.
understands how unstructured we are. Like
Really?
I sometimes go into a week, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to film this week.
Yeah.
Stumble across a trend and think, sick.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
And
You
for
do the
us,
brief.
sometimes we're lucky because our content can genuinely be 10 seconds. And it just bangs. Like the other day, did a video of Dad dancing in front of the barbecue, put some
Yeah.
I'm
writing
not
over
good with
it.
the dancing ones. It's
Yeah.
not,
Everyone
Oh, you've
relates
got some
to
hips,
it.
mate.
it's
You've
not
got
my forte.
He can move it.
Well, I've been Pilates this morning.
He's free.
Yeah, I'm free.
But everyone relates to it. Suddenly it's on 2 mil. So I do feel quite blessed that our content can be quite carefree
I
off the
mean-
cusp. Like we don't have to plan too much.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, I've worked with a lot of influencers, content creators, and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and they plan out their stuff. They're like, right, Wednesday that's going out.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
film this with
Fully
this, that, and the
structured.
other. But I
Yeah.
think what's really nice, and what I said at the beginning of the episode, is the lovely connection that you've got. It feels genuine when you're
Yeah.
watching it. Like you feel a
Yeah.
part of the family when you're watching it.
100%.
You know,
I
like,
love that.
That's nice
Yeah.
to hear. I like
Yeah.
that.
Sometimes like, I won't even be planning to do a video, but I'm around Dad's and something funny just
Well-
happens, and you just whack the camera out, and
Yeah.
then it's up, and you've got a video. Do you know
Quick
what I mean? Like,
example, when you moved out,
yeah.
which was about a year ago, so I'm starting to think, right, okay, I've got to think about, we're not doing anything today, so I'll go out and potter about in the garden, catch up on a few little jobs.
Oh,
you know?
this is so good.
So the top's off. Because it was a nice, which I would only do privately.
Yeah, yeah.
The top's off. Lisa was walking with a friend somewhere, so I thought
Yeah.
I need to tidy up a bit in the garden. Phoebe's still got a key. Which, as a girl dad, if this helps people as the girls get older, take their front door key away. That's the best advice of the day. Yeah, so she's popped herself in without me knowing, and
Well, what it was,
hidden behind a plant. And
I let
scared
myself
the
in, and I could see that he hadn't clocked that I was in, so my brain just went brilliant. So I hid
talking
down.
to myself and everything. I was.
He had Adele playing on full volume on the Alexa. And I've just seen him pottering about. I thought, this is brilliant. Crept up. I've
my
never
God.
seen you jump like
I left the
it.
floor.
oh really?
And now I've
So
turned
good.
it into a series. It's great. I
So
just
then
sneak
she
in when
put
I
it out
can.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's very diverse.
Yeah.
Which it is actually fun. But yeah, you do the most of the create and follow the briefs with all the creative.
I think if we
Yeah,
had a
things.
structure, one, I wouldn't want to let people down if I didn't have a video for that
Mm-hmm.
day. And two, it's like, I don't want everything to be the same each week. I just want it to be.
You
Yeah.
did let
What
me
it
do
is.
one job on my own, didn't you? The Ron Seal one.
What was that?
Do some painting.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
right,
he came
yeah.
up with the creative for that. That
She
was
said, "I'm
good.
going to let you run with this, Dad." And I thought, well, I'm in home territory here. It's a
Yeah,
bit of
yeah.
decorating, bit of building, and it went well, didn't it?
It did.
I painted the
Tweaks.
office, and it does what it says on the tin.
Brilliant.
Ron Seal.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
loved
yeah.
it.
Tick. That's the only job.
That's the only one he's
That's
allowed.
it.
Yeah.
Remembers it well.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't even say
No,
the bloody
I
word.
can't say the
Well, I
word.
can't spell it.
Algorithmically.
Yeah.
There we go. Algorithmically.
So obviously you're saying about doing trends and stuff like that. Have you ever thought like, the pressures of posting is
Yeah.
something that is huge for like people who are doing stuff on social media, TikToks, YouTube's, bloody blah, and constantly getting all
it's
the
a lot,
feed,
isn't it?
everything that comes through.
Yeah.
Have you ever put a video out that you thought that's going to do really well and it
Yeah.
just hasn't?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think
The ones that you think might do well sometimes don't.
Mm.
But the ones that you
the
think
10 seconds long that you
think,
put up and
"I don't
whacked
re- all
up.
of a
Yeah.
sudden-" So I think the numbers can be very confusing.
Yeah.
So maybe you can't really focus too much on that. Just,
I always
just do
tell
it.
him because I'm very good at just not looking at the numbers. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
it
like
is what it
numbers.
is. Whereas he's like, oh, that only got.
I was an
like-
estimator.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You've got to
yeah.
be good with numbers.
Yeah.
But it's actually fine. But in terms of pressure of posting, 100%, because
Mm.
I think you can go 2 days. Which, bear in mind, it's such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
In your brain, you're like, whoa, I haven't posted in 2 days.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you have nothing to post, I'd rather put nothing out than force it and put something out that
Less
doesn't
is more
feel-
sometimes, or does it
I
not?
think
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
because sometimes when I try to post too much, I'm like, I think people actually just
Thinking,
get
would
sick
people
of
get?
it.
They think.
I
Well,
think quality over quantity
Well,
for
this-
us anyway.
This is the thing, and like you hear so many people online say, "Oh, you need to post at least one video a day to grow
Yeah.
your following, to do you this, that, and the other." I'll be honest. There was one guy that I spoke to before. He was like, "Oh yeah, you need at least 10 videos a day." I don't have 10 faults in a day sometimes.
no,
If I'm honest,
literally, yeah.
like it's,
It's
just
too much. And I think if you put too much pressure on it, it ends up going the other way.
maybe then. Well, not that
I
we're
like
experts,
our structure that's just kind of, it goes up when it goes up.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And I think
But if
we
you were
change
starting
that-
out, is it more the pressure on the person that they've got to post 10 times a day, and all
Yeah.
of a sudden they're just running around
Maybe.
stressing
Well, this
out
is
over
it.
what to put
I
out
think
there?
it can consume your life. And I think even for us, like, say we go away
Mm.
on trips, we try and vlog because
yeah.
we don't
We're
have
not
a
very good at
we don't have a
vlogging.
big following on YouTube or anything, but like for the small niche people that like our long form, we love to vlog and we like to look back on it anyway. So we'll try and vlog. Get back from the trip. There's like 3 clips, and I'm like, but at the end of the day, if I haven't felt like picking up the camera on that day because
Yeah.
we've been busy making a TikTok, I'm not going to put
Yeah.
pressure on it that I have to. Oh my god, film that and then Dad, let's re-say that for this camera and let's.
I think you've got
Yeah.
to respect the people that are following you as well, as in, you
Yeah.
know, you don't want to constantly just put stuff up for the sake.
Well, this is the thing, and also with
Yeah.
your
Make
audience
them
and stuff as
bored
well,
and-
you want them to be, you've
Yeah.
built an authentic audience. You don't,
Yeah.
like you said, Phoebe, you
Yeah.
don't want to do one take, right, Dad, let's walk back, let's do this again.
No,
da,
it
da, da,
just
da,
wouldn't
you know?
work. Yeah.
And it's slightly difficult if you're doing like a brand job, because you've got to follow certain
Yeah.
rules within that brief. And sometimes we think, oh, does it look a bit not authentic.
But then I think
that's
people
the
that
job.
actually support you just think, per, get your money. Do you know what I mean? Like, do what you need
We
to
try
do.
and do. I mean, you manage all this day, but we try and do a lot more of our own stuff, which is just being part of a big sort of family, really.
Yeah, it is good fun.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
minimal.
But the numbers and the posting, there's a lot of pressure out. I've listened to people doing it, and
Well,
it's
I mean,
like,
I look at my algorithm sometimes and like the analytics and all of that shit that comes with it. And it's like, your followers are mainly online on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday between 6 and 9 p.m. I post something, does fuck all. And I'm like, is this American time? Or is this like, where are we going with this?
Yeah,
like,
what country?
But
It
like,
doesn't seem to add up sometimes.
well, this is the thing. And like Wilf, very good friend how we met, he posts in the evening and only in the evening.
Yeah.
And he edits just before he drops it as well at the same
Okay,
time.
yeah.
So he just drops it straight there and then, where I'm like, oh, okay, maybe if I drop it at lunchtime, it'll get eyes on that. And there's just the
because you're
constant head
following
fuck
that
that goes with it.
algorithm advice as such.
Yeah, ish. But then it doesn't
You
work.
just never know. It just sometimes it picks up.
I mean,
sometimes it
I've
doesn't.
said to Phoebe along the way, I thought that video was quite funny, and but the algorithm, something just didn't work on that day or whatever it is.
But it's
I don't
okay
know.
because the people that have watched it, if they enjoyed it, it's fine.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, like, that's
It's
how
not
we
all
need to
about
view
the
it.
numbers.
No, it's
That
feel good
helps.
content.
Does
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
One question I did want to ask you, again, a bit more of a serious one with this one, but what do you think about banning social media for teenagers? Obviously, very hot topic at the moment.
Yes.
Going through
Current
government,
topic.
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
What's your thought process on things like that?
Shall I say what I
go
feel
on.
and you? I mean,
Why
obviously
are you
we're
looking at me for
No, because
permission?
we would.
You can speak.
We might have Am I allowed to speak?
Yeah, someone press the buzzer for
you
polls.
can see why, you can see why she doesn't want me to speak. No, but I think when I look at it, I think obviously having grandchildren, the oldest one coming up nearly 13, and I know that, phones are a big thing. We never had them when we were kids, so it's a totally different thing for me. But I can see the benefits of some of it, as in they can engage in nice stuff and get something out of that. But I think maybe policing, if they can do it and get the balance where they can police certain things that they can't access, because I don't know enough to comment, but there's obviously a lot out there which isn't good.
Yeah. The whole manosphere shit and all of that.
my God,
Yeah.
Which is a big. I watched the Louis Theroux thing and you think, wow, this is really happening.
Yeah.
Which-
14-year-olds watching that and thinking that.
not good for anyone, let alone the kids 16 under. And
Yeah.
so they can access a lot of that. I mean, parents do a great job, but you can't probably block everything.
No,
So I think if there was a balance, that wouldn't be a bad thing. But I don't quite know how they can achieve that. It's either, is it all or nothing? As in is the law going to be you can't access it or you until you're 16?
Well, the
or
thing
you
is
can?
as well, like it's difficult because you can put parental guidance on it and stuff like that, but at the same time, once a kid knows how to take that off,
It's so easy.
they can tell their
Well,
mates.
the
You know,
kids are bright, and
It's
I've
like
seen it in my own
ITV,
family.
is it ITV Hub or one of BBC iPlayer or something? It pops up, it's like, are you over 16? All you've got to do is press yes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
what
so
do you
maybe
mean?
some restriction is needed. But then I think, like in sport, I love sport. I'm no good at it, but I love it. I'm good at watching it. But a lot of children that are into sport, they can get a real benefit out of the videos that help you with the sport you're into and watching other professional sports and all this. Surely they're not going to take that away from them.
Yeah.
Maybe there's got to be categories in
hard.
that. I don't
Yeah.
know enough, but I think a bit of policing wouldn't
Yeah.
hurt.
yeah.
But how
Phoebe,
they-
what's your thoughts?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think there's too much stuff on the internet that is negative for young brains, 100%. And you see the effect on kids when they're just sat upstairs watching nonsense and then they start believing in it. So even like my niece and nephews love them to bits and they're not looking at anything bad, but they'll watch like American YouTube and they've started talking American.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that
My
just
nieces
shows
did
how...
that.
6, 7.
Oh,
And
don't.
It's all harmless and it's all fine, but then when does that change into then taking in information that's bad and then
Yeah.
using that? Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
their brain, at that age, you're soaking all this information, aren't you? That's at that time.
I think it wouldn't be harm in limiting it,
How they do
Yeah.
it, I don't know.
but then I don't think that's achievable.
The thing
So I
for all the
think
young
it's-
lads, I know that's a big topic at the minute, is they're a little bit in unknown territory. They don't know what to look up to as like someone who's good to look up
A good
to.
role model, a
Good
positive role model.
So
Yeah,
it's very
yeah.
confusing for them. And so I've done a little bit for the Movember thing, and they do a lot for all age men, but also young men and the problems they're having. And you don't realise how many problems are out there for them.
Yeah.
So maybe that social media stuff isn't helping them at a younger age. So
Yeah. Come on, do better,
Yes.
please.
yeah. It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Paul told you.
Paul told ya.
Come on, lads.
What would you say would be one of your favourite videos that you've ever put out?
Oh, I know mine, and it's so rogue because I don't think it's like a fan favourite, but it is.
Oh, really?
It's Dad came
What was
home drunk a couple of years ago from the pub,
Never.
and Mum had
I've
left
been on the
him-
zeros.
Mum had left him a bolognese
Oh,
on the
don't.
side of the
Right.
kitchen, so there was the pasta in the pan that had been cooked, and then the bolognese separate.
Right.
Honestly, he comes home, he's looked at it, and he went, "I ain't eating that." Gone to ring the Chinese. Anyway, he's turned the pan upside down, and the
Nothing
pasta's
come out.
actually stuck to the pan, and nothing came out. So
Because I was a little bit tipsy. I've
he
got
was
the giggles.
wheezing over it, and
Oh,
it was just that
wheezing.
natural giggles where we both couldn't breathe, and it was just so funny.
Crying out. Lise weren't too happy.
Yeah, yeah,
Roasting
Because
her
she put the
cooking.
bolognese on before we went out. I literally turned it upside down and nothing fell out. The pasta just stayed in there.
It was too good.
Upside down. I thought, I'm ringing the I'm going for A for one. Extra chili beef. And obviously it's all gone out on film. And Lisa's not cooked for me since then. That was 3 years ago. But yeah, that was a good, there's some
Well, the
funny
other day I
ones.
liked taking you to Air Hop. That was
Oh
hilarious.
yeah, I had that in the book.
He did the
Clip and
drop,
climb?
Clip and
Oh,
climb
right.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I recommend it.
And it is so funny. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Any experience like that, or when we went Go Ape, that was great.
Yeah, anything where I'm out of my comfort zone that's an activity.
I love the dad tries for the first time.
Yeah.
It's just,
We've
they're
done
my
the
favourites.
reformer. The first reformer Pilates you did.
That was a funny video.
Was that 6-7 months ago or longer?
You're doing that.
I'm about
now.
6-7. You know,
Stuck in it
I'm
now,
down
is
with
it?
the kids. Yeah. Yeah, there was.
The other day you said it, and we was in with people that wouldn't have a clue, and he looked at me as if to be like, I was like, this is not cool.
Yeah, not now. Don't, not
They're
now.
just not streetwise. Yeah, she filmed me in there, and I didn't have a clue how to even get on the machine. And my legs and arms were going all over the shop. You've got it on video. And there was two girls. Were they diversity?
Yeah.
The dance
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
just so happened to be, and there's not a lot of space between these machines.
Right, so your legs are Kimbo and
He
these
was-
diversity.
yeah.
Well, so were theirs.
It
And
was
the
carnage.
girl next to me was laughing because I said, I'm looking at the floor.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to do.
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
rest
yeah.
is the thing. But you did
There's
that
been
one.
so many good ones.
The one on the driveway, which was early days.
Oh, filter.
I'll let you this one.
Go on.
Obviously, I don't know about the filters, but I'm out. Dads like to jet wash.
Yeah?
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
putting
yeah.
it out there. Couple of hours, cup of tea.
So satisfying.
Out on the driveway, you know, watch all that dirt coming off. So I'm out there doing the driveway. I've got my welly boots on. There's water and dirt flying everywhere, and I looked a bit of a state. And you videoed me like quite close with the camera. I can't remember what you were saying.
I came
to
out
me.
and I was like, why are you so upset?
yeah, why are you so
But
upset?
he had the sad crying
He's
filter
like,
on.
has mum upset
Right.
you? And I'm like, no, I'm
And he's
jet
going,
washing.
what?
What are you talking
And
about?
I was like, actually, I'm a bit sad about the West Ham score. But
Yeah,
it honestly
often
just
happens.
banged.
Often happens.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so funny.
And I was very confused. And then she's put it up. My father-in-law, Arthur, has rung Lisa and said, I'm coming round. Paul looks really upset. Because
He
it really
believed
genuinely
it.
looked
Oh,
like
bless him, yeah.
I needed some support. Yeah.
It was
Obviously,
brilliant.
a filter.
Bless him.
That was a good one. But
There's so many that I love.
I think the all-time one, which was more of a, not something, you don't name drop or nothing like that, but when we did the skydive.
Yeah,
There's a
that was
video.
good.
Oh, yeah.
That was
And I
more of a
like,
wholesome
I
video.
will, you know, there's a few there that I will just take with me when I'm
When, yeah.
not around. That was just, I look
Yeah.
back at that now and I think, I just, you know, when you look at something, you think we didn't do that, we couldn't
Yeah.
have done it.
Doesn't
but
feel
we did.
real.
But there's been so many, some of the little funny ones are probably the best. And
Yeah.
the upside down pasta, that was great.
That was so good.
But yeah, we're lucky that there's quite a few.
Have you ever got in trouble for a video that you've posted? Have you ever really upset someone?
Oh, what with like, sort of hates.
Whoever.
Oh.
Could be someone. Could
Maybe
even.
maybe some football fans when
Yeah,
I've said
yeah,
something
yeah,
about
yeah.
their team.
I don't know if we. Oh, I can think of one.
Go on.
So World Cup.
Yeah.
How long ago would that have been? 3 years ago.
No, you're
Every
talking about
4
the
years?
Euros.
Oh,
It was
Euros.
the Euros when I did
Couple
the
of years
flags,
ago,
wasn't it?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
we did this like series
It's a
where we
good little
had
trend.
all of the flags hanging up in Dad's outdoor pub.
Yeah.
And every time
You're
someone
more
went
than
out, we
welcome, Dan,
cut
if
them
you wanna pop
down.
in the pub. Yeah.
So we'd cut the teams down that have gone out.
Right.
We came into like people were almost waiting after the game
Yeah.
for the flag cut down. Like
Oh, we're gonna
Really?
watch Paul
We're
cut
gonna do
these
it again
flags
this
down.
year.
It went
Brilliant.
big. It went big.
So
cut
we'll
da-
recreate it. But he cut down
I
the
cut
wrong
down
flag.
Romania, and they were still
So
in.
they were still in, and everyone's watched it after. And went, he's just cut down our flag. Like we're not even out.
There was a-
Da-da-da-da.
I can't go to.
That's the
Romania.
most comments
No,
we've
for
ever
a holiday.
had. I think it got picked up on the algorithm of loads of supporters. And I was like, oh my god, Dad, you've cut the
I
wrong
got
flag
confused
down.
with a team that had gone out, and I looked at the flag. I thought, no, they're gone. So yeah, I'm really sorry,
No,
Romania.
literally,
Bump
snap.
straight
And then
through.
the next day they actually went out, so we had to do a video of him sellotaping it back up and then I thought, I was
And
like,
then they went out the
Dad,
next
you're
night.
making it
You
worse.
should have put like a Mystic Meg outfit on and been like, I knew it.
You're
I could
literally
have just
making it
used blue
worse.
tack. It'd have been easier. They was out the next day. But yeah, I did mess up with that one.
That's
But-
the only
is
one
it-
I can think of.
I was going to say, is there
really.
any other risque videos that you were like, maybe we shouldn't record this? Is there any ones that you haven't done that you're like, oh...
I
think-
think, well, I can think of one which still confuses me now. I don't know if it really offended anybody, but when you got me on the floor, mopping the floor to that song,
Wow.
it's a sexy song. Bearing in mind, I don't know.
So who we offended was Dad because he then found out what the words meant.
Afterwards, I'm like, are you serious? I'm like mopping this floor, laying down, I'm doing
He
this,
was
doing
like on
that.
the floor. It was like wet air.
And then she showed me the video. I thought, for fuck's sake, that's not great.
Yeah, but I
um,
think our content where we are father and daughter, there's
Yeah.
only so far you can
Yeah.
push.
I mean,
it,
I think
yeah.
you've had one or two that you've deleted that wrong ones have come on and you've had to delete.
Yeah, maybe
That's
we get
rare.
the odd people like, oh, nice couple.
People
I'm
that
like,
are a little
oh,
bit
boring, Bring
twisted.
something more
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
But they got ditched. But,
But-
the Leeds fans the other day, I think they put, he's a soft southerner, which made me laugh.
You are.
Probably because I
Southerner.
am a little bit soft and I'm a southerner, but it's a bit of love. But I did get a bit of stick from the Leeds fans. But
Yeah.
they won, didn't they? So
They did, yeah.
But generally, I have to say,
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
we've been very fortunate.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
We have met people doing what they do, and they have had quite a bit of difficult stuff to deal with, haven't they?
Yeah.
We've been all right so far.
Yeah, so far. Speaking of people who's been through difficulty, so we alluded to it earlier. We met on the Gordon Ramsay shoot where he was promoting his new Netflix
So
documentary and all that lot. Bloody brilliant. It was a great day meeting him. He's way taller than I thought he was.
So
He's a
much taller.
big fella.
Also,
Big fella.
He's quite
Massive
fit.
feet.
He's he's well
quite
fit.
fit.
Yeah.
Well,
I said to Dad after, I went, what?
yeah.
fit.
Well, actually, Izzy went. She really thinks Gordon's.
He's,
Oh, really?
Izzy
Tiny.
was
She
jealous.
does.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Izzy, they'll hook you up, mate.
Yeah.
We'll get you sorted. But yeah, we met on that shoot. Now, the first thing that after we got chatting, and we was obviously saying earlier about the arancini balls and all of that lot,
Yeah.
you showed me the Heelys that
Yeah.
you got for Gordon
Wild.
Ramsay.
Yeah.
They are the size of this table.
Yeah.
They are
Ridiculous.
huge.
I think they were size 15.
14
Yeah,
they were.
14.
They were a
Wild.
14, which is a big shoe.
They had to have them specially made. Apparently, they was like, "Do you make Heelys in this size?" I was like, "No," and they was like, "But
They
for
were
Gordon
made for
Ramsay,"
that
and they was like,
afternoon.
"Yeah,
they
Because it
do.
was Gordon, obviously. They turned it round. I laced them up for him, but they're big shoes.
Well, I was going to say, talk to me about that, like, because obviously we all had our few minutes with Gordon and all of that
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
So talk to me about like the day. How was it like not only meeting Gordon, but
Yeah.
also what you did in your content with him? How did you find it?
So they reached out, didn't they?
Yeah.
And we was like,
I think they was testing people for ideas.
we was like, "This is crazy," and they wanted a concept. And originally we thought it was like a day out.
It said a day out with
I
Gordon.
don't know why we thought we were going to have a
Tilly,
day out
wasn't
with
it?
Gordon Ramsay. Like,
Afternoon tea
Please,
with Gordon.
yeah.
You should see my list. I said, well, maybe we could go to the zoo.
Yeah.
And then
I
we could
literally
go
was
somewhere.
like, "What?" But
Take
I
some
came up with
Nando's.
like going to Pilates class just because it fits with our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Anyway.
he'd have been game for that.
He would have been.
He'd have been good at it.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
his
And-
feet in there.
yeah.
There was then, it was like, oh no, it's only like a 15, 20 minute slot. And at the time, we'd just started our Healy series.
yeah.
And everyone was like, where are you going to take Dad next? And I think it was my manager, Em, she was just like, why don't we
Why
put
don't you
Gordon
go
on
with the Heelys?
Heelys?
He's never going to put them on.
And we put it out there and thought, he's not going to do that. Came back, yeah, love
Came
it.
back, yeah, we love that.
Brilliant.
And
Literally was
originally,
like, what?
we were going to set up like a little racetrack in the studio with cones.
I don't know why we
and-
thought he'd put them on for the first time and then be able to do racetrack.
Bear in mind, he's got a full team of health and safety people that are like,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
you can't do that, Gord. You can't sit on that chair.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
trying to put him in Heelys. you know?
Yeah.
But to be fair to him,
He
he
was so
fantastic.
lovely, so
Yeah.
game, and genuine, just a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I found with him as
yeah.
well. He was
Good.
just so
So
lovely.
polite.
Like when we were
Yeah.
chatting and I asked him for a picture and stuff like
Yeah.
that. He was just so down to earth. He was like, "So what do you do?" And he was asking me about
And he
like
actually
different-
listened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was
wished us-
inquisitive.
he wished us well. Probably same for you. Wished us well with what we're doing.
Yeah.
Spoke a little bit about family because family man.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, that really embraced the social media. Gordon Ramsay's team. and
He
what he's
switched
doing.
on, by the way. 'cause
Yeah.
Really
he
switched
knows
onto
that
it.
the
Yeah.
new lifestyle is social media, hence why he's so up for everything. 'Cause he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is how we get it
And
out
he
there.
sort of, he said, I'll put them on, but I'm not going to. I said, don't worry, we'll just go and do
No,
what we're going
at
to
first
do.
he looked at us, he was like, what the fuck is this about?
But and that was all you needed was him saying fuck.
yeah,
He went, and you said,
Initial first clip, I was
will,
like,
will you do it
brilliant.
again? And he went, no fucking way.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I think
yeah.
you went, I'm done. That's
Yeah.
all I
Yeah.
need.
That's what I need.
Perfect.
Get done, sorted.
But
Yeah,
he actually put him on, and he made it look like he was.
But it made
yeah.
us laugh because obviously everyone that we met on the day had very kind of like their content was quite the same. So like
Yeah.
we had foodies that make plate up videos, or we had like Wilfred
I
that
thought
does
we
street
should have gone with
interviews.
this.
Yeah.
But
Whereas our content is so crazy
Yeah.
that when we turned up and he was like, "Why am I in Heelys?" I couldn't even give him an explanation. It's like, it's not even like we're like, "Oh yeah, we do Heelys online." Like it's not even a thing.
we're
Like,
always
it's just
we're 24 hours in Heelys. But
yeah. Like
I-
when he asked, I can't remember her name. She was so lovely.
Oh,
Yes.
The
Yes.
Chuckly
Yeah.
girl. She's
Yes,
so nice.
yeah,
Oh yeah, she was great.
And he asked her what she did, and she was like, plate up videos. So hence makes sense why they're doing
Plated
a plate
up
up
the steak
video.
sandwich. I thought I threw it out there to you and Em, didn't I? These are my ideas. I said, okay, so they've gone for the Heelys. That's great. We're
Yeah.
going to meet Gordon.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I said, but we've got to get some food in there. So let's send off the thing. We'll do an egg and spoon in the Heelys.
Yes, I
This
remember
was
you
my
saying to
food
me.
content.
Yeah.
This is Dad's one input that got shut down.
That got shut. The woman said, I'm not having eggs dropped on the studio floor,
Yeah.
and Gordon's not worried about the food. But it would have just been an egg.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But
we ditched
he was
that.
like, I don't care if it's to do with food. He's just open with
Yeah,
social media
he's-
now.
yeah.
He just
Yeah.
wants to be
But
involved.
it's the digital age. Everything
Which is so
TV wise
good.
is going that
He
way as
knows
well.
how to
now,
work
isn't
the
it?
camera.
Yeah.
100%.
He's a slay.
Yeah, but we were no, he was great, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was really lovely.
was.
Lucky to meet you.
But my question to you is who would your dream celebrity be to be in a video? Phoebe, I'm going to go to you first.
I've got
Oh
a
my
long
God.
list in here. I've got to pick out my
I've
list.
got so many.
Wow. Go on. Who are you going for?
I love Ant and Dec, but I don't know what we'd do with them. That sounded weird. I just mean like I don't know what we would.
Yeah.
Heelys.
Yeah, I don't know what we'd club, but I just think they're great.
Do the sack race in the Heelys. I don't know.
Who else would I want to work with? I think there's just so many people. I think just other fun creators would be a vibe. Not even like
No-
technically
no
celebs.
top- no
just,
top.
Well, Justin Bieber, but not
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
He
not
would-
to create content.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
No, oh really? That's not
He's
a
a vibe.
conversation for a dad-daughter duo. That you're crossing
No,
the line.
I don't
there.
actually know. I don't really have.
You're
one in
not. You're not
particular.
too. Oh, it's a good thing. You're not starstruck by.
No, I think I could
You-
be,
you
but I
could
just
be.
there's not one
Yeah.
particular person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know Mum's would be Johnny Depp, but she's not here.
Oh, yeah.
She's
that's
with
fair.
Johnny. So
Yeah, she's off out there. Yeah.
she said she was getting her nails done, but the nails take 5 hours. I don't know.
I don't know, mate.
Do you know who I would say?
I'm asking you.
I'd say Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa,
Because
yeah.
I
yeah.
think
Yeah,
for
well, she
our
was on
content
mine, but-
over the years and years and years and years, everyone knows how much Dad loves Dua Lipa. So I think that would just
She's
be
a
perfect.
great singer.
Yeah.
Collab.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
singer.
I think that would work.
Easy on the eye.
Yeah.
Great singer.
Yeah.
You on stage with Dua would hit. That would be the vibe.
Get her in Heelys.
Yeah,
Get her in Heelys. Get it done.
Get her in anything.
Dua, we're putting the coal in.
I'll be on the tambourine.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll be
What were
standing
yours
at the
then?
back on the tambourine.
I can see you've got some written down.
I'm
This is
not
what I
gonna
mean. It
bore
goes
Dan
whole
with-
page.
I've got too many there.
Go on.
How many am I
List them
allowed?
out. Go
One?
on.
List
them
a
out.
few.
List them
a
out.
few.
List them all
I'm
out.
going to list from the top.
Go on.
Rob Beckett.
Yeah. You got the
List-
Temu version here. Yeah.
Team version. That's what I was
Less
thinking.
teeth, but-
I was thinking. He has got a lot of
I do
teeth.
get called a less toothy Rob Beckett.
It's
I
better
do,
than
yeah.
slag, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, as I said earlier, I prefer Ryan Gosling, but I'll take it.
Oh, dear. Yeah, it's a bit of a random list. I'll rattle through quick. Rob Beckett. Alicia Keys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bucket list.
David Attenborough.
Do you know, I
that
would
collab be
love to
lovely.
see him.
I want to know where his favourite place is to go on holiday.
Yeah.
No, I was going to ask a different sort of question. Dua Lipa, but
There you
Yeah.
go.
David Beckham.
Yeah, absolutely.
Olivia Dean, she's a West Ham fan as well.
That's true,
Great singer.
yeah.
Maya Jama, just to say hello.
Yeah.
You know, and she supports West Ham. Next to that, Richard Branson.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Sit in a hammock, separate hammocks, but chat about his business thing.
You could have a little spoon with Branson. It'd be a little Branson sandwich.
He might like
Tail.
it. He's a bit hedonistic, isn't he? No, we'll have separate hammocks. I don't think it's going to happen, to be fair. Jared Bowen, possibility.
Possibility. Yeah.
Louis Theroux.
Yes. Oh my God,
A
yeah.
vibe.
Louis Theroux. Sandra Bullock.
Who?
Who?
Sandy B. You don't know Sandy B? Miss Congeniality.
I thought Sandy B was from SpongeBob.
No,
Is that
not that
Sandy
one.
B?
What?
No, I'm thinking more the
This is the
actress.
generational
yeah,
gap,
This
I
is
can
a
see.
Yeah. Our podcast is fun. Shane Lowry.
I don't know who that
Shane
is
Lowry, the
either.
golf.
Oh,
Larry.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not.
That
Lost
man,
me there.
just to have a couple of pints of Guinness with him after he's
Yeah.
won the Masters. 'cause I've got-
This
I've
has
got-
turned into who do you want to go
Yeah.
out for dinner with?
I could cross this one out, couldn't I, Gordon?
You could cross Gordon out. Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yes, Landman.
Landman.
Such a great
Yeah,
film.
Landman.
A great series, sorry.
Great series that is. And at the end, Tyrrell Hatton.
There you go.
I stopped there because I thought I'm going to bore the life
Oh,
out of
golf.
them.
Another golfer.
I'd like anyone.
Do you know what you were saying there about Rob Beckett?
Yeah.
I was on an episode of Celebs Go Dating before. I was a waiter in the pub that they were filming at.
Stop.
Right.
And he came up, and it was with Liam from Love Island.
Yeah.
And I've come up with there, and I'm going, steaks anyone kind of thing, or whatever Channel 4 asked me to do. And I've done that. And as I was walking on, when I watched the episode back, Rob went, he looks like me.
Stop, really?
Fucking hell, Rob.
Do you know what? You love that show. You've probably watched that episode.
Honestly,
all that
I
time
do
ago.
probably have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Brilliant.
All
All right.
A long
It's a
list.
Long list,
A
but
long
we're
list.
there.
I'm a bit of a waffler.
What's the most unusual place that you've been spotted, would you say?
Oh, I've got a few, but you go first. I'll go with
You
one.
got
I'm only
spot-
going to go with one.
You got spotted in the toilet, didn't you?
Yeah.
What, you got recognised in the
a few
toilet?
toilets,
Wasn't it mid-urinal?
Yeah, at the urinal.
Is this from your building days? Or?
Yeah, I used the low urinal and he was at the other end. Yeah, no,
Practicing the splits in your Heelys in the kids' pan.
That Pilates, I tell you. Yeah, and I've been spotted in a few toilets and we've ended up having a chat. Shall I go with my one?
Go on.
Which I thought I'll pick out probably the one that was most unusual.
Go on.
As men get older, you can get a little bit of a few issues downstairs.
Right.
Nothing too scary, but it happens to all men.
Right,
Over
yeah.
a certain age. So I ended up having to have a little operation there.
Okay.
Talking of which, you've done really well not going to the toilet.
Oh, hey,
This
yeah.
time.
Back in the day, I'd have been in and out of that door every
Yeah,
5
yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, so we won't go into the operation, but I've been steam cleaned, basically. And it lasts 5 years, but it has worked. But yeah, so general anaesthetic, obviously. So I'm now waking up, and you have a nurse that sits at the end. So when you come round, obviously, I'm sure you've had an operation.
Yeah, yeah,
They're there, hold your hand and make sure. I hope it was my hand anyway. But yeah, and make sure you're all right. Get you a cup of tea and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, I've looked up, and I'm a little bit daisy, and I've looked, and she went, "Oh, I recognise her. Oh my word, I know you." And she went, "Yeah, I know you." Like the TikTok thing. And then it turned out that she's actually one of the mums at my grandson's football.
Stop.
So every time I go and go to a game now, and she's on the line, she looks a bit embarrassed, or I do.
Well, I was
I look
gonna
up
say,
and
does she come up on a Sunday and go, how's your dick?
Yeah, what are you expecting?
She said, "Next time you have an operation, I'll get the heating on.
yeah.
Or I'll get you a look." No.
But no, you was coming
Short as
round
she.
and she was like,
As
oh,
I've
God, you're
come
Paul.
round, yeah, you're Paul, and she knew. But then we actually had another connection that she's at the football.
So
So I
Brilliant.
see her every Sunday.
Brilliant.
I'd
Phoebe,
say
what about
mine
you?
was-
A quick hello. You know.
We was in the airport and I honestly can't remember where we was coming back from. I think it might have been Croatia.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
genuinely, we're just in the queue in like a tiny airport, never been there before. And one of the security guards just comes over to
Oh, yeah.
us. And I was like,
I thought we was
like,
in trouble.
What have I done?
Right,
I was in
yeah.
trouble.
Anyway, he doesn't even like barely speak English, does he? Lovely lad. And just was like, I follow you too. I love you too. And I was
Oh,
like,
I love that video
what?
I did the other day, and we actually thought we were going to get took out the queue.
Yeah, I didn't know
and
what was
something
going
was
on.
wrong, you know.
But you know when your brain just can't comprehend that someone in Croatia recognises our faces and has come over and
Bloody
said
hell.
hello, like it's,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
wild.
it has
He was so
happened
lovely, and then he gave us tickets to go to the lounge.
to the lounge. Yeah,
Oh, brilliant.
I know.
It's got its perks.
Yeah, he's so
That's
sweet.
brilliant.
yeah. No, we've been spotted in a few funny places, but yeah, that one stuck. That's a weird one after an operation.
Yeah. Post op, are you Paul from TikTok?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
all
you
part of the thing.
Yeah, yeah, I am actually. Can I get some toast? Is that all right? Toast and some tea.
Hurry up.
We were going to do a little collab, you know. I was going to put her uniform on, and then was going to dance in the hospital. Yeah, no, it was all good, but yeah.
Would you say that social media is the end goal for you guys, or do you want to do something like TV or something like that? Obviously, you've got the podcast, which we're going to talk about in shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But would you want to do something like TV?
the TV thing. Do you want to go?
You can
go.
answer.
Yeah, I mean, we've tried. We'll do it together, but we've had 2 or 3 little opportunities where you have to go on like a Teams interview, answer a load of questions, do that, and we've never quite either whether come across right for what they're doing or not, don't quite fit. But we've never got through to that next stage where you're going to go and do something.
Yeah.
I'm a bit
I don't like.
unsure about TV.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole they can edit you how they want to edit you. 'Cause
Yeah.
if say like one of these things that came up, it was like a 3-week long stint, and they're filming you the whole way doing challenges and stuff. And for me,
They
even
twist-
if I have that one moment where say I've got a moody face or like and they just do you know
Never.
you don't know
Yeah.
how they're gonna
Yeah.
portray you.
I think the way they do stuff can give the wrong.
But I would love.
Perception.
I've always said, even if it was just a YouTube series or anything,
Yeah.
I would love to do like no, you know, the travels of your father, you know, like Jack Whitehall. And his dad.
Yes. Oh my
Just
God.
us going somewhere and experiencing stuff. That would be like the
I
goal.
thought about race across the world, but we wouldn't get very far.
We'd
would
be
we?
crap.
I don't think we get to the first.
It would be hilarious. Like something like that
Point.
I would so do. But
Yeah.
any
A
shows
fun
that
thing.
are kind of reality vibe that want to like,
Oh no.
I couldn't do that.
Well, I was going to
sort
say,
of
would you
stuff.
do a reality show like something like, I don't know, like The Traitors? You could go in as secret father-daughter, or you something like that. I don't know.
if I'm bright enough for that.
I don't know. I think I'd give anything a go. I say this
Yeah.
all the time.
I'll be-
I just think anything that's under pressure, I'd rather more the chilled fun like across the world that's kind of just like on YouTube doing a challenge or something. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I
But-
mean, Traitors would be fantastic
Traitors
because
would
we
be so
actually, as a
fun.
family, we actually loved that program.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd be
Brilliant.
crap. You'd
I'm-
forget,
I'll
and he'd
be
go, "Yeah, I'm fat." Yeah,
I'd be terrible.
You'd
it
be
might
like
make
Alan
good
Carr.
telly.
Yeah.
But it worked.
You'll be clipped up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be good TV.
He'd make a good meme.
But I mean, I think keep the door open.
Yeah.
'Cause
We're
we-
open, but I don't think we have any like direct. Emily put us on this show or do this. or
Yeah,
whatever.
no.
It's
I
kind
mean,
of-
I suppose some people really focus and go for something, sort of manifest it. They want to do it. We're
we
a
did
little
actually
bit
get a DM to scout us to apply for Big Brother, but I
Big Brother.
That would be great.
Love Island for the over 60s.
Yeah.
married.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
No.
Careful of that ring.
Oh, that's
Paul.
not going to work. Let's get back to race across the world.
Well, no, because I could see you guys doing something like, you know, like those big glossy ITV sort of quiz shows or something like that. Just the, like the banter
something
that comes
fun
with
and
it. Something
lighthearted,
fun.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah, I
so
think
be
we'd
up for that.
definitely keep it open. And do you know what? I'd say to anybody that's even thinking about it, throw yourself a little bit out your comfort zone if
Yeah.
you can, as long as you're reasonably okay with it. So I'd give it a go.
My cut-off would be anything live.
Oh,
Not
really?
good live, no.
Interesting.
just-
See, I love doing live.
Do you?
Yeah, like when I've done live radio, I'm far more comfortable than a
amazing.
pre-record.
Your reason? Just
Just you feel the pressure and you've just got to do it at that
Yeah.
point.
and
Maybe
I
if
suppose,
I was
yeah.
in that place, but
if
I
you
just
get a
think
few
of-
under your belt.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I just think of crumbling on telly. I'd literally just be like,
well, the
deer in
trouble is,
headlights.
I'm not good with my words, and I might no intention of hurting anyone. I might say
Sometimes he says stuff. I'm like, oh my god.
and you'll go, no, Dad,
Yeah.
no. And right, so live would be a test.
nightmare.
That would be
Yeah.
a test. Not to say we couldn't do it,
No.
but I think we never thought we'd be doing what we're doing. So never say never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would, in an ideal world, if they did like a non-celeb version of I'm a Celeb, if I could get you on that.
Oh, I'd love that.
Would be the funniest thing in the world. Because
Yeah.
when I tell you this guy,
Can't
even if
even
you
look at
ask
a
him to
snake
get the
in the eyes.
tiniest thing out of your room, he has a panic attack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not great. Not
No
great.
spiders?
Not really. Snakes, definitely not.
One
Really?
time we had a
Loads of
bird in the
stories.
loft. Oh my god. Sounded like he was
Rephrase
getting
that.
murdered.
Rephrase that.
What was her name? Oh, was she there? Is she all right? She
I
did
let
have
her out
water?
last week. She's 32 now.
A pigeon.
No, a pigeon or
Yeah.
a house mite.
And honestly, if I was back doing TikTok, then that would have been
Oh,
hilarious.
that would, yeah, the thing flew at me, didn't it? Up there, I was
Jesus.
screaming like
How did you not fall out the bloody loft?
He nearly
did.
did.
Oh, shit.
The legs were
I think
swinging.
through the loft edge. It come flying at me. But yeah, I'm not great. I'm a bit jumpy.
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, open to anything, but no like direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was with some of the old golf boys yesterday, and they stitched me up with a few snake things on trips, and yeah, it's funny, but yeah, I've got an issue with it.
Yeah.
So that could make good TV.
Yeah.
ITV, give them the call, please.
Yeah.
yeah.
Go for it.
Just to wrap up the social media side of things. So, what advice would you give to anyone who's looking to get into content creation or like social media or even podcasting, which we're going to come on to in a
Yeah.
sec?
Yeah, wow.
I would say, genuinely, I know it's so cliche, but just be yourself. Because if you try and change what you're doing or be too structured, I think sometimes it can ruin it.
Being yourself, I think, is
Also, I think the key now with content is don't over edit. Like, they would rather have just you unscripted for a minute than having you like a bit too edited and cut up. And
I think
people that seem to be doing well recently are just honestly unedited and unfiltered.
being
and just,
themselves. Yeah. I mean, everyone's got their own little niche of how they do things, and obviously we've found our whatever little sort of bubble.
Yeah.
But I would say 100% go for it. If
Oh yeah, the world it opens you up to is so worth it.
I mean, some people don't want. We weren't looking for limelight, were we? But some
No.
people would be okay with it. If it's not for you at all, then maybe don't. But I would say 100% go for it and see what doors open.
Yeah.
But as long as you're
Don't compare
being
to,
yourself and don't
to other
I think,
people's content. Don't look at the numbers too much.
Yeah.
don't worry.
Because
too much.
I've seen people that are going on brand trips and their numbers are low, but they just make good content.
Yeah.
Like, it can just work.
And I think enjoy if you're doing it and you're actually enjoying doing it, even though you might not get many numbers or followers and all the rest of it,
It comes across so much better.
that could work out for you if
Yeah.
you're having fun as well yourself doing
Yeah.
it. Same with I mean, we're early days podcasting, aren't we? You know, finding our way. But again, if you enjoy doing what you're talking about and meeting people and guests and stuff, just see where it goes.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and you can do it with simple equipment. You don't need to spend thousands.
I mean, we're filming this on iPhones, you know?
Literally.
Like,
Yeah.
And I know that we spoke about it with
Yeah.
yours as well.
Yeah.
I think if you enjoy it, just persevere,
Yeah.
because it's like, for example, I don't know if you guys would know Farron Clark. But she's just become massive on TikTok, and she's been doing it for 2 years with nothing, and then suddenly one just took off, and now she's gone on a brand trip, and she's
It surprises me what people are interested in and what I've ended up. I've actually watched a guy cooking a slow leg of lamb at midnight in bed. I put the Kindle down. I thought, I'd said to Lisa, she said, what are you working at? She said, I suppose you're looking at yourself. I said, no, I'm watching this guy cook this lamb, putting all the rosemary in it and all the rest of it, and I had to see it all the way through.
I sit and watch people clean rugs from dirt to clean. Like,
Do you know, I love those videos.
Do you know what I mean?
Don't talk about our rugs like that.
Do you know my one at the minute, and it's a really weird one, is chiropractors.
Oh, the clicking.
You know, the clicking and the cracking and the...
There's
See,
some
these
good
are
stuff
really
out there.
So if you've got a little niche, you might think, who's going to be interested in that?
They might be,
Yeah.
They might be.
Because think the pool cleaner guy probably started off and thought, I'm just
Yeah.
going to do a video cleaning my pool for promo. Now one of the biggest
your
TikToks out
driveway.
there. So
Literally, yeah.
just go for it.
I would say, coming from like, I really enjoyed my building life, 40 years, whatever, if that's your job, whatever it is. But there is a lot of serious time involved in that, especially if you're running the business as well, it can overtake. Whereas if you're doing something that you fancy having a go at, which has got a fun side to it, but and I'll put it out there, a lot of hard work goes into this.
Yeah.
People don't really, maybe even older people as well, they go, oh, they're doing silly videos and all the rest of it. But actually, there's a lot of work goes into it. And so if you're up for a bit of hard work and fun,
You don't know how long it takes Dad to get in my clothes.
No, hang on. You don't know how long it takes to get out of them. But yeah, no, 100%. Go for it. Have some fun.
Yeah. Well, we've alluded to it as well, the podcast.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I've binged a few
thank
episodes.
you.
Appreciate
I
the
love
support.
it. It's called it's a generational thing,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I love your setup. Where is that filmed?
Thank you. It's in our garage.
Stop. Is it really?
Yeah. What I did is, so we had the garage, which no one uses a garage for a car because you can't get out the car,
No.
can you?
Yeah, exactly.
So, or even get it in there. So I thought, well, what should we do? Maximise the space, little utility room, and then I had what was a gym, which basically
Never
was
got
just
touched.
we were hanging,
washing on
hanging
it, yeah.
coats on the machine. We used it in COVID, the whole running thing. But at the end of the day, it wasn't getting used. So strip that out. We're going to have a go at a pod, which we did on our own to start
We did,
with,
yeah.
didn't we? And we're learning, enjoying it, but just made the little room into
And
a
it's
little
crazy
pod
how
room.
much small space you need. Like,
Yeah.
as long as you've got the stuff, it's fine. Like, it's
I mean,
a
I
tiny
am-
area.
I think I'm hoarding a lot of stuff because I like little memoirs and they're all going on them shelves. I think the shelves.
He
are
loves it
full
because
down.
all the stuff he wants to hoard that Mum used to never let him, he's like, it's
I
going
can
in the
put
pod
it in the
room.
pod
She's like, okay, it's fine.
Put it in there.
Put it in there.
And the yellow post, anyone that sends us a little voice message or whatever, if we're lucky enough to get that, they get a little post-it note on the wall.
Yeah.
But it's in that little room there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And it seems to work okay.
It is.
For now.
It looks brilliant. So,
Thank you.
talk to me about the pod and how it differs from like what you do online as opposed to sitting down and chatting on a more long form content.
I think our online presence, we're very present, and people, they feel like they know us, and they do, and like we love everyone that's like looking at our stuff. But it can be very
It's amazing
short
what
form,
people
like,
spot on there as well.
but we don't really like sit down on there and like, there's lovely people out there that do like day in the life or something. Ours is more like, I'm taking Dad to go out for the day, and they're laughing at
To make him look a
Dad,
ding.
but they don't know like actually your life or like about us much. It's other than that they're the funny dad and daughter duo from Essex kind of thing. And I kind of wanted to keep the content like that because I think as soon as you change it to like lifestyle and stuff, I'm like, it's good to have a bit in there.
Could
but
get a bit too serious.
I don't want it to be like day in the life and like Dad's making a cup of tea. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
So
Be a good brew.
we thought, okay, long form, we can sit and actually the people that want to hear about who we are can go over to.
There's a
the
few of them.
pod.
Dan's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another two out there somewhere.
And it's more just like the unfiltered, what we've been up to, opinions on things, and just more about us really, and people that actually love Dad can listen to him for longer.
If they can bear it. It's opened my eyes to how many lovely people there are out there.
Yeah.
So
And the
many
messages
lovely
and stuff
people.
like that. And to be honest, it gives us a chance to, we have a catch up. Now you've moved out. I see a lot of it because you're not moved miles away or anything. But
Yeah.
nice for me, actually, as a dad, to have a bit of time.
Yeah.
We chat as you week, what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then I was a little bit unsure about talking about events and trips because you feel like, you're saying you've been there, done that. That's not
Right,
really
okay.
what we're about at all.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I've realised that to relax when you're doing your podcast, people that like you or follow you actually like to hear about those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going, we've just been here, we've been there, which we don't.
Yeah.
We're lucky enough to do everything we do. But you'll feel like you're sharing them experiences, which we never used to do, and they actually enjoy listening to it,
Yeah.
pretty much. So I love doing the pod.
I think it's
I
just
really-
an
and
unfiltered,
stuff
fun
like
way for people
Yeah,
just to
and-
listen to us for an hour and talk
Yeah.
about crap, rather than
Yeah.
it being like a relatable girl dad TikTok. or
Again,
something.
it's pretty much unstructured,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
as you can probably
Yeah,
tell.
yeah. Well, I've
there's
seen
no
your notebook.
structure.
but-
There's no
I've got loads of
structure.
notes. She don't want them. She goes.
Yeah.
She just goes nah, and then we do go off on a tangent. But sometimes the better episodes, because we're learning as we go. I think it's difficult with a podcast to see if it's actually going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But it is a bit of a string to the bow.
And if anything, it's just to look back. We've got memories now. We've
Yeah.
Well, this is the other
enjoyed
thing
it.
as well.
Like, it's so fun.
Like with the niche that you guys
True
are in the
stuff.
father-daughter bit, like you
Yeah.
can look back at that, even if, for example, you don't continue it. You could be like, oh,
100%.
do you remember when we
Yeah.
spoke about this? Like,
Yeah.
it's like a more up-to-date version of like home videos. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
really thought of it about
Yeah.
like, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we've had some. I like to try and help people, even though I don't know how, but I like to try and help
we
people.
have people like
and I
write
get
in
some
and they're
random
like,
requests for advice.
How do you work a strimmer? And it's
Yeah, how
like-
do I change my strimmer blade? Which
Really?
I actually knew how to do.
Yeah, yeah.
It comes in handy.
That coming out. Hopefully she's all right. Yeah,
Poor
she's out of
girl.
hospital now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Her lawn looks lovely. But no, there's been things on there, and a lady the other day, I love listening to a little bit of advice about this and that.
It's just nice to hear. And I think when you've been going
Might
for
be able to
what
give
we
a bit of
have,
advice.
like 4 years, you kind of have to add a little bit for other people, because if you're just sticking to the same thing, you'll never grow. So it
Yeah.
kind of just felt
Yeah.
like the natural progression.
But if I feel like, for me personally, at my age doing this, which I'm lucky to do, and I've met a lot of younger people that I would never have met, 100%. If I'd have stayed in the industry I was in, which
Yeah.
has sort of not become the best industry like it used to be, some of the times.
Oh, you love it now. He goes back to visit the site with his coffee. He's like, all right, see you later, boys.
Yeah, see, I'm going to see the boys on site still working. Yeah, job looks lovely. Right, I'm off now.
Yeah, he's more the foreman
I'm
now.
going to
like-
see Gordon. I'm going to see Gordon on Heelys, you know. No,
If you scoot off with that matcher and
No, it's
then
so
it's not a matchup. No, mind you, I have had one.
Yeah.
No, it's normally an oak flat white, but yeah, it's just sharing stuff, and you think, well, might be able to. You've learned things through life, good and bad. You make mistakes, you fix mistakes, but by sharing some bits, maybe it might help
yeah.
younger lads, not just lads, but just people.
And I think the thing is with it as well, and again, we've spoke about the connection between you guys, like the way that it is online, but also I think it gives people more of an insight into a healthy dad and daughter relationship, because you guys can take the piss out of each other,
Yeah.
you can have serious conversations, you could do
can
whatever.
be a bit one-sided. Just saying. Yeah.
Is that because you talk, Paul?
Wow, did you know?
But no, I love it. I think it's a really
you.
like
Appreciate
really
it.
good, wholesome podcast that a lot of
Yeah.
people need to get into. So please do us a
Yeah.
favour. It's a generational
Thank
thing
you, guys.
wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube
And
as
remember,
Thank
be
you.
patient.
well. Be patient, yeah.
There's usually a bit of good in there.
So I've got a couple of last questions for you right now. The
Okay.
podcast is obviously called Wrapping My Head Around It.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So what's something, and we'll start with Phoebe.
Okay.
What's something you've never wrapped your head around, or something that you've wrapped your head around recently?
So I've seen you do this with people. I've watched your pod, and I literally was like, "You can't ask me this because I can't wrap my head around anything." Like, genuinely, I was thinking last night, and I was like, "Wi-Fi doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
Oh,
Like,
Wi-Fi?
just nothing makes sense to me. Like, how can I speak to someone who's in Ibiza
Oh.
and they can hear my voice, but I'm here
Yeah.
and you're there? I'll never wrap my head around that ever.
All right.
Satellite, isn't it?
It doesn't make sense.
GPS,
How are
whatever.
we on a spinning rock? Like nothing makes
Spinning
sense
rock?
to me.
Oh, my
Like
word.
genuinely nothing makes sense to me.
I feel,
Nothing
Why
I-
can't we print my money and just give it out?
Well, you can. That's
Yeah.
quantitative easing, isn't it? Let's just drop that in there. No, you can, but obviously that's if we're,
Like there's
country's
so
in
many
trouble.
things in my brain I just don't understand.
I feel like you've got a list in your head, like your dad's got in his notebook about
Yeah.
people that he
You
wanted
need
to go for a
start
drink
writing
with.
things
like I
down.
want people to answer. How can we fly a metal plane in the sky and then it just
Well,
doesn't make
wooden one
sense.
don't go as fast. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just doesn't
you've
make
got-
sense.
She's got lots of stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense.
We need to get that in the podcast.
I was going to say, yeah. That's
might-
your next episode.
You weren't expecting that.
We might get more listeners to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Are you trying to find out? And I know you're not.
No,
As
I'm
in-
not bothered.
She's not that bothered. She's not gone to the
Gets me
library and
from
got
A to B. I
some
can
books
chat
on
to
it.
her.
Yeah,
want, like-
I just will never. I don't get it. It's so crazy. Do you not think actually deep that you're talking to someone
Yeah. Well, I'm older. I
From
don't
Essex,
understand any of it.
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
talking to your sister in New Zealand and she
Yeah.
can hear you in a split
Well,
second?
see you, everything.
Don't get it.
Yeah.
Never will.
I remember,
Interesting.
yeah, I remember the first fax that came through in our builder's office. I
Yeah.
just stood there watching it. It was like,
Bleeding out that.
it's almost like you've sort of won the lottery. What's going on there?
And now you're
You
speaking
used
to
to have to
AI.
post a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tech is a different thing. But
What about you?
What about
something
you,
I
Paul?
haven't got my head round is how we have actually, I don't know if touched isn't the right word, is it? How we've reached out. That's
You haven't worked
If
out
you'd
how
have
to
seen mine as
touch.
Phoebe's
Just
faces
said-
at that point.
This is why I think
How to touch?
live is not good for us. I don't mean that. I mean how we've reached so many people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know the word demographic. I know what it means. You do all of that.
Oh, you've gone a different route. I've gone
Just
such
a-
a weird route with that.
Yeah, you've
question.
gone. No, I've gone a different route. As in, for me personally, which I will never get my head around, which is a plus and a good thing
Yeah.
in my mind, is how we've reached so many people doing what
You
we're
mean our
doing.
content? Yeah.
Yeah, and different ages, a lot more younger people, and then you don't go out expecting to be hello, you're Paul, that sort of thing. We're not them sort of people, but when they do, they're so pleased to
Yeah.
see and say hello and a chat and everything else. For me, and if it got even bigger, if it carried on, I'll never get my head around that. The good we've done, as much fun as we've had, and
Yeah.
now full time
Yeah.
work, so you can earn a little bit of money and do what you want to do. That to me gives me more pleasure than anything.
Yeah.
And the comments, which I do read occasionally, but people that may not have quite the same relationship with their dad, or unfortunately they've lost a dad and stuff
Yeah.
like that. To me, I said to you in the early days, we've got to carry on with this because we're doing something here that actually you can't put
But I don't think you'll
price on that. Am I
you'll
answering
ever
the
get your
question
head
wrong?
around that. Yeah.
I will not get my head around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I like
That's a
that.
sweet answer. That's
Genuinely-
really Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we need to talk about education.
Yeah, we need to start maybe prepping before we
Yeah,
come into
I
these
think
things.
we should have sent you to school, but we won't put that for a bit longer.
Well, my last question was, what's next for you in 2026?
Phoebe's
But-
going back to school. Yeah, I can go and watch her play football now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So yeah,
What's
what
it-
you guys got coming up in 2026? Paul, you've got your half marathon coming up.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried, but I'm
Yeah.
going to do it, and I'm going to enjoy the day because I've realised that
You're not doing it for time or anything.
21k, you
Yeah.
know, is a bit much. I ran 13 times around the West Ham Stadium the other day,
Jesus.
which was an odd one. I was in Hackney at the time, and I was like, no, I'm knackered now. So I think a bit of walking to thing. Try and
I
raise
don't
a
even
little
run
bit.
for the bus anymore. I can't
Do
be
you know what
asked.
I mean? Yeah.
Run the
I
bar.
have an asthma attack.
It's a lot.
But no, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm just going to try and enjoy the day. So
It'll
that's
be
a
fun.
good thing.
I
A little
think the
bit for
momentum will
November
get
there.
you through.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing that. We've got
As for the rest of the year, it's quite. We're
a
so
little
open.
travel,
Like,
travel,
got a little trip next
little
week.
travel trip next
Ooh.
week.
We are going to New York
Stop.
The Big
and
Apple.
Toronto.
What?
Yeah,
I
from
know.
there. Yeah,
What
over
are
like
you
a
doing up
7-day.
there?
So we
Lovely
worked
little
with,
travel agency we work for. Big travel agency.
Hayes Travel.
Yeah.
We did a job
yeah.
for them last year. It's not paid or anything. It's just kind of like
It's
they
a-
give us a trip, we give them the content.
Yeah, they're paid for the trip.
And
Yeah.
they took us to Iceland last year, and then they reached out a couple of weeks ago and was like, "Do you guys want to do a long haul trip?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Sent it
Yeah.
over yesterday. Here's your trip details. New
we're
York and
like,
Toronto. I
whoa.
thought, what?
Brilliant.
When we did the question Q&A bit, they said, "Oh, what would you like to go and see?" and all that. We did drop in. We'd like to go to one of the big waterfalls. And,
Yeah.
and I've heard the Rockies are really nice. And you
Milk
went,
it
"I'd
for everything
love
you
to
can
go
get." I was like,
shopping in New York."
Yeah. But they made it work. So yeah, we're looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
that'd be
Do
great.
you know what? No, it's a
for
different,
content.
different time of year, but I went to New York in December.
Is it good?
Incredible.
Oh, okay,
like,
amazing.
So we went, me and producer Nicola, my wife went.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I actually got down on one knee in New York.
Stop!
And
Oh my God,
proposed to her in
guys.
front of the tree that's there,
Oh,
the Rockefeller
gorgeous.
tree. And then after that, we then spent about 2 hours trying to find a bar. One was just around the corner. But honestly, we went around Christmas time and it was
Carnage.
magical.
Yeah.
It is
Oh,
genuine. That's the
amazing.
only word I can say for it. It is magical.
I would
Great,
love to go at
unbelievable
Christmas or like
setting.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That sort of time.
Yeah. So I mean, we're lucky to be and to work
Looking
with them
forward to it.
again. So it's like a repeat.
Yeah.
And I think the whole essence of it is, especially nowadays, you know, it's like going into an old travel agent like we used to as kids, never online or anything like that.
Yeah.
And they look after you. They put, you know, little brochures. You put your package
It's so
together.
sweet.
You can have a cup of tea and a biscuit,
Yeah.
and you can get your currency in the same store.
Brilliant.
Rather than people just booking everything separate.
Yeah.
They'll give you and they'll look after you if something goes wrong when you're out there, that sort of thing. Well,
Yeah.
we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
yeah.
We could be
that
stuck
Rocky
there.
strip might be fucking
could be
fatal.
I'm not sure about the grizzly bear excursion, but yeah, no. So that's a
But
great
for the
thing
rest
to
of the
do.
year, other than that, the only other thing planned is your 60th.
My 60th.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Big
I've
60.
We've got our crew, normally 14, so 7 couples.
Nice.
Over the years, we've gone for long weekends and go to a club and a bar, and it's more bars, sort of afternoony bars now.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we're going to do one club. We're trying
They're
for
going to
Pikes.
Ibiza.
We're going to Ibiza,
Stop.
and we went
If
to
anyone's in
Pikes last
Ibiza
year.
and Jim,
Yeah, I apologise for the mankini now. It's the wrong
Get
colour.
someone get that on video.
I'm not good in highlight green. But no, there's not going to be any of that. But yeah, and we're going to try and all go out and have a boogie there and a couple of meals and that. So yeah, and a game of golf out there,
Yeah?
which is not often done in Ibiza, I don't think.
But maybe like crazy golf with some
Crazy golf.
shots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy
like you got to
golf,
get the
yeah.
golf ball in the mouth
Yeah,
or something.
if you don't par the hole, you got to have a tequila or something. I don't know.
I love how probably when
make
you
it work.
answer this question, the
Yeah.
answer's probably like career stuff, and we're like, yeah, just going to Ibiza.
Well, I thought 60, still going.
Yeah.
Don't let the old man creep in there. So we're going to go out
Yeah.
there.
Open book for the year, isn't it?
And then we've got a little trip with the grandchildren and over a weekend, all the
Yeah.
kids together, just a little
So
fun
it's like
in
we're
the
just
UK.
pissing off and going away all the time.
Sorry. Yeah, no.
We're going on
Having
holiday.
a
that's
barbecue at home.
Basically, we're
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
seeing
Yeah,
going
no,
with
so
the
that,
flow.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
see what happens. I
we're
think that's the
mixing
best way to be as well.
Exactly. You
See
never
what
know.
Emily and Paris come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good girls. yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Guys, that's it. It's
Oh,
been
it's
an
been so fun.
absolute
That-
genuine pleasure.
That went so quick.
Fantastic.
Genuine pleasure.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't
Well
even
done,
know
you.
how to finish that. I think
Well
that's a
done.
wrap. See you
It's
later. Let's get a pint in, shall we?
Let's get a point. Well done. Fantastic. Well done, mate. I love it.
fab.